Yeah, this big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog, but I can't hold y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna to play the intro. I love this song, man. I do.
BROOKLYN BROOKLYN we well. Back in the day, J Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a Jansport. D-Lo with the dribble drive handoff, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man's sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defending the Brooklyn Block Party. Class and double digits, got the ball clay clicking. The whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we two Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block.
There you go.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting to score next. My J is all net, me and Jay just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. And that's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
BROOKLYN
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with my guy Ice, with my guy This Is JTV. Y'all can subscribe to me right here. Y'all can subscribe to Ice at the Tip Off of Brooklyn Nets podcast on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Heavy
my
on
fault.
heavy. Let me introduce y'all.
Yeah, my fault. I forgot something. Go ahead. Keep going.
Heavy on TikTok. We're trying to get his subscribers up on YouTube. So show love. Go over there to his YouTube page. Subscribe to his page. And also subscribe to This Is JTV on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Heavy, you know what I mean? Everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But just trying to get the subscribers. But again, they can introduce themselves, you know what I mean? But I figure I will introduce them anyways. Shout to Brian. He was on in the chat on the panel with us yesterday. Shout to you. Shout to Garvey PA. Look like he here because of Brian. Shout to you. Shout to all the new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. And I know some of y'all pulling up because of Ice Stream. But I told you, Ice one. That's the guy, man. That's my guy. So, you know what I mean? Me and Ice. Y'all is new to seeing me with Ice over there, but me and Ice, we did a lot of streams together. But and I got an episode on his show on YouTube, so yeah, check that out.
Nice.
But shout to Garvey Pierre, shout to 8RSL, shout to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, shout to Dylan. I see you. You know I'm throwing a link in the chat. Shout to Easy, been trolling me for 2 days straight right now. I see you. Shout to Ray LM in the chat. Yeah, we definitely gonna throw the link in the chat. We just gonna address all of this real quick.
Oh, I got some breaking news though, man.
Well, what is
I was on Daron Sharp live yesterday. I mean, he was in there playing 2K. I was chatting it up with him for a minute. I mean, I forgot who it was. I think it was Max Lou Ice, because he was in there too, and he asked, not the real Max Lou burner account.
Yeah, that's in the chat. Yeah.
Right, but he asked him, keep it real, Daron. I know y'all was tanking this year or something like that. He got tight. He like, man, don't even talk to me about nothing like that. What are you talking about? And that's what I was trying to say the whole season. The players and the coach not trying to tank. If the organization is putting them in a bad position, the players is not trying to do that. Players out there trying to play their heart out. They trying to give their all.
Hmm.
But we was talking to him about a couple other things though. Niggas was asking about games and shit. Cause he said he the biggest gamer. He was like, yo, if you ever want to know how a game is, just ask me. If I don't got it, I'm gonna go buy it just to play it, and I'll tell you how it is. Cause I'm a gamer for real. Like,
And you know,
but
and you know, it's and you know, it's so. I'm glad you said that because y'all don't know this about me, but I was a heavy gamer back then. I used to play Madden. I'd be in Madden tournaments. I used to. Everybody got Gran Turismo, but I got Gran Turismo in the wheel. Went out, got the wheel, came with the
uh,
pedal, had the wheel and the pedal, whipping it. Like I love games, and I just gotta say, I never thought there'd be a day where people was actually making money the way they is. Like, yeah, of course, Nintendo make money, and the people who make the game make money, but actual gamers, somebody they was playing one of those racing games, and they made a movie out of it because he made it
yeah,
from that to real life, like really competing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to Dayron Sharp and shout out to what I'm saying, all Cam Thomas and all those dudes that's playing, what I mean, that play the game. Shout out to them doing the live. I'm mad I missed it. You know what I mean? But
I sent it
yeah,
to you yesterday while we was in there because I was trying to figure out
yeah,
shit to
work,
ask her, but
bro. I be trying,
not to
man.
be too nosy and shit. But I was asking we was asking about the free agency shit. He's like, yeah, restricted free agent. I mean, whatever's gonna happen, we just wait. But he said he about to go out to LA and film all his workout videos because he said he be lifting some crazy shit and he want to get all of that on film and he gonna be working out in LA for the summer.
Yeah, just kind of slowing it down. I kind of wanted to throw it to Ice. Ice, talk to us about the mixtape, man. You sent me the beat. I just want fans to know that it's serious. Y'all heard me play the intro song, and after that, you know what I'm saying? Ice, he got a beat, he sent it to me, and I've been writing to it. Like, I pretty much got my verse, you feel me? And I just got to record it at this point. But, Ice, talk to us about the mixtape, man. Just tell the fans, tap in with them, let them know how it started, and what we got going on with the mixtape.
It started because Breezy didn't call me out.
No, hold on, no. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's
Tell him.
okay.
Tell
All
him.
right,
Yeah, yeah. He called me out. He said Ice ain't got no songs for the Nets. He the only one that got songs for the Nets. So I had to change that up, bro. I had to change it up real quick. I got on my shit and went and got a beat. And then, you know what I'm saying? I sent it to Breezy and Jay. And I'm telling y'all it's finna be lit. You heard? They gonna if they don't play the one Breezy got, they gonna play this
Yeah,
one, and then they gonna play that one. You heard?
yo,
Mhm.
Ice.
Yeah.
I know you said about getting in the studio and all that, but you ever heard of BandLab?
Band lab.
It's an app that you could record. It's like all of them people that's doing all of them LeBron songs and shit.
Uh-huh.
Like when you see that little fake ass Pro Tools shit looking in the background,
Yeah, yeah.
that's BandLab, and you could record on there. So I was thinking maybe if niggas wanted to just record their verses right there, we could try and put that shit together just the internet way.
Type
Oh
shit.
shit.
I'm with it.
I see what it's looking like. Band
Yeah,
lab.
no. We could see what is. We could do that tomorrow too. Like my verse is ready for real. Like I know about heart at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know mine's too. What you saying? What you
No,
saying? What you trying to say?
no. But you gotta realize I rap with Jay before, and I'll definitely go to my rounds, revisit it. Like you gotta be on point when you rap with Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like
You gotta
you
be
know,
on point when you rap, period. Matter of fact,
yeah.
that's the other thing I wanted to ask you. This is totally not sports related. Did you see the new Joey Badass?
I seen them rapping with Big Sean
Who?
and Ab Soul.
Bro, they saying
Oh,
that, bro, they were saying that Big Sean got overshadowed again. Is this another moment like the control moment where he got overshadowed on his own song and all they was talking about was that? There's like, is this that same moment revisited? Because Sean went off, but Joey went crazy and it was just a moment. But and he was cooking daylight on that shit. But
cooking them.
and I feel like Solo stopped him before he got to the Ray Devon shit because Ray Devon responded already.
Yo, fast with it. Again,
Yeah.
my thing is the coaching need that. We need that. I'm glad they did that.
That shit was fire. But shout out to Red Bull. That shit was fire for doing that shit. And I think Absol was freestyling, it seemed like.
What about you, Ice? How you feel about it?
Well, that I don't know nothing about that, bro. I'm out of that league right now. You heard?
Okay.
Oh, you ain't see it?
Nah,
that shit is tough. Check that shit out when you get a chance.
Music. I ain't been on music happy right now.
That shit just came on the timeline, so I checked it out.
Yeah, because you busy doing the Brooklyn Nets work. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like facts. You know what I mean? Learning about the draft and all that. You know, I say it lightly, but I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the kind of work that we put in as fans, if they was to acknowledge it far as the work we put in and time we put in, they'd be like, wow, we should pay these guys, man. These guys are really great at what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh, facts. Let me throw the link in the chat, man. Without further ado, I'm not fitting this. I'm just throwing the link in the chat. But yeah, man.
Yo,
I'm
man.
glad I'm glad we got to speak on this because I'm really excited about the mixtape. I kind of want the mixtape to happen, especially with Jay talking about that band camp or whatnot. Like we could do that shit.
Band Lab.
Well,
it's not an app.
Yeah, we put it together, and then you know what I'm saying. Just see what happens. You know what I mean? I know how I do.
Right.
Yo, Dylan, what up, Dylan?
It's good, fellas. How we doing?
What's good, bro?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was giving y'all hellfire, bro. I was like, yo, they was talking all that percentages, all that shit.
It's the percentages.
Yeah, we was going there, bro. That 8th pick, bro. That shit. It did, but you know what though? But you know what?
I already know his response.
Hold on. Let me introduce you the right way so it ain't rough when you start. Let me. This is again, y'all. Dylan, shout out your IG. Let them know you heavy on IG. And
yeah, man.
Before we get into anything, let them know you heavy on IG and just go from there.
Yeah, no, of course. Appreciate you guys, man. Feel free to follow me at Nets Press on Instagram. We got about 20,500 followers over there, pushing content daily. So feel free to follow me. You could also check me out on Twitter where I bullshit a ton. And then also make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at the BK Nothing But Nets podcast. We'll be live tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow, I believe we're doing a full first round mock draft with the new lottery that just came out, of course. But yeah, before I pass the rock, like I told y'all, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And if you felt comfortable on draft lottery night walking into it, I told you guys. I told you I would hold all of you accountable for it. So for everybody here sitting here bullshitting me, telling me that we were going to get a top 3 pick with some luck and faith in our market, fuck out of here, man. Told you guys that was some stupid shit.
Yeah, hold on. But
hold on. I retort. I would like to retort.
Exactly. I have rebuttals. Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
I would like to retort because I told you that I don't care how many games you lose. You could lose every game in the damn thing. That don't guarantee a number 1 pick.
Of course.
That 14% at the chance at the number 1 pick don't mean shit.
I want to know one thing though. Who has the higher? Breezy? I want to know one thing though. Who has the higher pick? The Wizards and Jazz or the Nets?
Yeah, they do. But you say that. But if we'd have made it to the play-in like I wanted to, because the play-in team got the number 1 pick. Maybe if we'd have made it to the play-in, if we'd have kept Schroeder,
number 1 pick. Adam Silver gave the number 1 pick to who he wanted.
That's true, or it may not be true. But what we know is the team that got to the play-in made the number, got the number 1 pick.
At the end of the day, though, like I've always said, the
super loud pack, Breezy. Super loud packs, baby.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay. For entertainment only.
Like I said though, as always, the floor of the pick matters. If you were the worst team in basketball, the worst you could have gotten is 5. Statistically,
and that's exactly what they got.
And statistically, the worst pick in the top 10 is 6. Brooklyn had multiple opportunities to secure 5, but beating Philly twice and giving them that 5th pick ultimately landed them the pick that we should have had. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to say, I told you guys. And that's it.
Told us what? Look how Philly did, bro. Philly don't deserve that. Look at the Spurs. The Spurs, they got 36 wins. It's no explaining this shit, bro.
A setup.
They do what they want to do.
That's fact.
The same way you say it. Oh, wait. All I'm trying to say, the same thing he said that number 1 was a setup. The rest of the shit was a setup too. It ain't a coincidence.
I think Dylan is.
Wait, it ain't a coincidence that Philly get all these number 1 top 5 picks. It ain't a coincidence that San Antonio been getting all of these top 5 picks for the past few years. It's not a coincidence. Like, it is plain as day for you to see. And yeah, maybe you can say we was delusional for this, but I would say you was delusional for that.
I don't think Dylan is saying that San Antonio and Dallas is like that shit was rigged. That's gonna be the ball. But for us, specifically us, every team that was better than us at tanking has a higher pick than us right now. And the fact of the matter is, if we were in the bottom 3 odds, the worst we could have fallen was probably fucking 6 or 5 or 4. And then you wouldn't have had to worry.
Y'all talking about 2 spots?
But then you wouldn't have to worry.
Y'all talking about 2 spots?
Hold on. But then you wouldn't have to worry.
So it matters.
Exactly. So you wouldn't have to worry about your player that you're scouting being taken off the board. You can just get him at 4. Now that you're at 8, you got to be like, oh, what if Charlotte takes him? What if Utah takes him? What if Washington takes him? Now you got to do all this bullshit around.
But you ain't saying
fucking backups.
That was bullshit. All that hard work I put in, you want to call it bullshit? Nah.
Yes.
That shit ain't bullshit. You go, no, hold on. LM, again, this is what I be saying, and I'm saying it respectfully. I want to put the emphasis on the respectfully. But again, LM, you gotta know the thing is with you, as cool as you are, you are a Spurs fan, so you win and you have. I'll just look at everything that you say sometimes like a sense of arrogance because you spoiled on one hand, right? But on the other hand, with us, you not spoiled. So like it's like you with us,
bro. It's not about being.
He like Will Smith when he go back to Philly.
Hold on, cause you talking to me. First of all, number one,
like Will Smith when he leave LA and go back to Philly.
None of y'all in here can take my Nets card flag away. Period. Let's get that. Let's get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
You'll leave. Sports world hate us.
I'm not coming at you.
Sports world hate us, man.
Nah, cause y'all be poking fun of that shit. Like,
hold on.
Hold on, bro. Because y'all be saying that Spurs shit like, yo, it's a backup. I don't like hearing that because I've been a Nets fan, bro.
Hold on. You know I'm telling the truth, Lee.
Hold on, Ellen.
You know I'm telling the truth,
yo. Ellen, let me prioritize the super chats like I always do, whether it be $2 or $100 that I did not know was coming from a moderator on this page, ARSL. He said the $100 super chat. He said, just holding my word. Win or lose, I'll keep my word. Very unfortunate I lost to Easy. Fuck Silver. I guarantee Brooklyn will get top 2 pick next year. Just tank properly next year. Man. No. Hold on, let me address the super chat, and then I gotta get back to LM because he said I'm not coming at him. I'm going somewhere with this. But again, Adar SL said, just holding my way now. Again, shout to Easy and shout to Adar SL. I didn't create this bet. You feel what I'm saying? I remember them doing it because I remember the stream. I remember them going back and forth, but it's good to see that.
You said it was $100 super chat?
And I know a lot of fans.
I gotta put another. I forgot. I gotta put extra cha-chings.
Right.
That shit up.
Yo, Breeze.
Who look out for you, my brother? Who looks out for you, my brother? All right. Just know who looks out for you, my brother. Shout out to the stand-up guy,
I ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, real talk. Now that's real easy. But hold on, let me clarify what I'm saying to LM. It's not necessarily you what I'm saying specifically, and you not being a fan of the Brooklyn Nets. It's more the fact that as a fan of the Spurs, it's like the total opposite for me. And then it's ABA teams, and all of the ABA teams, specifically and especially the Spurs, got nothing but love from the NBA. So I'm like, where we went wrong? You feel what I'm saying? Where the Brooklyn Nets went wrong, where we can't get no love, and we're an ABA team, and I thought it was just because of the merger or whatever, but it's like, why is it just the merger when the Spurs get love? It's not personal towards you, but as a fan, when it comes down to the draft, y'all can't relate to us, bro. Not you specifically, because you are a Brooklyn Nets fan. Let me be clear on that. You are.
No, I'm not saying it was personal. I'm just saying realistically, for me, regardless of me being a Spurs fan or not, Brooklyn, my hometown, my borough, always comes first. Period. So before I even worry about San Antonio, I want to make sure Nets Nation Brooklyn is set. I don't give a shit about Spurs get. I don't even think the Spurs deserve the second pick. That shit should have went to us.
San Antonio. Nobody lives in San Antonio, man.
We don't get no like that.
But the
nobody
fact
does, yo.
But the fact I'm saying is, to Dylan's point, I think that us being in the sixth best odds screwed us, because realistically, if you looked at the history, the sixth best odds never landed any team. I think the Knicks had that shit last time. Them niggas got 8, and they selected Obi Toppin. So it's like that shit don't land is good for anybody to be 6 going into the draft.
The 1 through 5 slots in over 7 years.
Right. So it's like, I feel like if we went into the draft for like at least the 5th or the 4th best odds, the worst we could have dropped was 5 or 4 or 6. And then we could have talked about, we could have gotten, we don't want to have to worry about Fizz dropping or VJ or Trey Johnson dropping. We could just select them niggas right there. All right, they fucked us over with Cooper Flag. All right, fuck it. We still got these nice niggas that we can develop into all-stars. We don't got to worry about that 8 or 9 shit. We could just select our guy right there.
Man.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I just want to say, I just realized Easy and SL on the panel. I just want them to have a word with each other. He sent the $100 super chat. Let them, because they had a bet or whatever. Just give clarity to the fans that's watching that may not have been here for that specific stream, right? Just kind of give them clarity on what happened with this bet.
I got you right now. Adar decided to stand on his nuts and stand around the table and said, "Yo, the Nets are getting the number 2 pick in this draft." And I said,
top 2, right?
Top two picks in the draft, either 1 or 2. And I said that I'll take the field. And he stood on his nuts. And shout out to him. He stood on his nuts. He honored through with the bet, and it is what it is. It was going to be a win either. I mean, it was going to be a win either way for us. If he didn't get 2, I was hoping for 3, but if we got 1 or 2, it was going to be a win. But unfortunately, NBA politics came into this motherfucker, so that's a whole thing right there. But shout out to my dog, man. He always welcome, my nigga. You see what he doing?
Two percent niggas keep winning the lottery, man. Like 2% fucking teams.
They keep giving it to them, bro.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
Hold on, SL on the
That's what I'm saying. 1.8.
Hold on, people.
1.8, Breezy.
People, hold on, people. SL on the panel with us, so I kind of want him to rebuttal. So not rebuttal.
Okay. How you doing, guys? I've been
so depressed since the lottery, Breezy. I've been fucking depressed. No, my bad. I'm just saying, I've been depressed like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. I've been missing out. I switched shifts. I'm sorry. I've been doing morning shifts, and I was going to sleep early, so my bad. But I was listening sometimes, like, the whole thing about it. This draft just showed me that, listen, the tanking is rigged, like we always knew. We spoke on it. The unfortunate thing about it is the fact that, unfortunately, our owner do not hold no value. Like we've been got and we've been pushed over numerous times. Like this is why I jumped on the panel. Like we've been pushed during the COVID time. Like why? Remember when, what's his name? The baseball season was about to start and everybody said like, oh, hold on. what's the name? The Yankee guy, the baseball players that's supposed to be on Yankees and Mets. That's supposed that
Soto?
donate. Yeah, them dudes. I'm not a big
Judge and multiple players.
Judge. Yes, them, and they were anti-COVID guys. And exactly. So, like, when we had Kyrie situation, we had to deal with Kyrie sitting out. But all of a sudden, when the baseball season was about to start, what happens? The COVID restrictions just got pushed out the way. Okay, so let's go to Mark Cuban. When Mark Cuban, like on the Gill Arena, they spoke on it. Like when Lakers was supposed to get CP3, why that trade got canceled? Because they calculate, Mark Cuban at that time calculated they can get CP3, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, and KD. They had the money to do that. And at that time, Mark Cuban said, hold on, you will be able to do that and fill up the rest of the roster with the veteran minimum guys? Like, no, we can't do that. So we already know there's a lot of things going behind the doors way before the draft even kicks in. So all this shit is politics way before we even assume shit. So when some boys get out of, like, grow up, kids, grow up. This is grown ass man world. Money talk. This is $1 billion business.
Bullshit.
Every time we have gambling sites dictating what NBA and referees gonna do. I want money because of that. I knew sometimes, like, the odds was gonna be. Like, I'm not gonna brag about it, but the shit like this is like, I'm just pissed at Joe's side because he's soft. I think Sean Marks is soft. I think
we don't even got to tank. All we got to do is trade Claxton to the Lakers, and then as long as you trade your player to the Lakers, you get the #1 pick.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. They did it with Anthony Davis. They traded AD to the Lakers.
Yeah, but
right. It's a few different times. But that's who they want.
But he
the Lakers, and
I'm glad.
But you know what's crazy? It's more instances. It's more instances though. Remember when LeBron went to South Beach in 2010?
Doesn't matter.
Who got the pick next year? Cleveland. This shit is fucking rigged, bro. These niggas do backdoor deals behind the
LM, you got ex-players talking about it openly right now, like LeBron.
LeBron was talking about hell yeah. They know this shit is rigged.
Hold on, Leaf. What you talking about, Leaf? What we talking about here?
Yeah. Let the Grim Reaper talk, my nigga. Yeah, word.
Yo, hold on. That's his intro music?
Go ahead, Luke.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay. Don't
be upset, brother.
Hold on. Before Leaf say something, play the sound that Leaf say it, because that shit might be perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Facts, nigga.
Wow.
Go ahead, Jay. Do it again, Jay.
Grim Reaper, the fucking Darth Vader, nigga. Leaf in the motherfucking building. You got the mic, nigga.
All I wanted to say was,
I better get Tombstone.
No. You can turn it. Hold on, Jay. You can turn it off.
I feel like Undertaker's gonna come from underneath my bed. I've seen that shit way too many times.
Oh man, y'all
gotta pop out of my pocket.
It's way too. Oh my god, it's too much family up here.
My fault, Lee. Go ahead.
Hold it down, man. But
hold it down.
Listen, what I wanted to say was, bro, like, listen, like Jay said, bro, like, yo, you go down the block, you don't win the lottery, you go to work the next day, you know, and that's kind of my feeling, bro. Like, while y'all was sitting here arguing, I was paying attention to the restricted free agents on the list, and now along with Cam Thomas, I just want to read off the rest of that list. Obviously you got Josh Giddey, you got Jonathan Kuminga, you got Cam Thomas, you got Quentin Grimes, Davon Sharp, Santi Aldama, a bunch of players on our team.
So mediocre guys.
I mean, shit, we got less than mediocre niggas on our team, man. What you want? So
Hey,
No, we got way less.
But player option, but notable player option players, bro. Obviously Naz Reid, who we a lot of us have been looking at. So I mean,
well, remember he still has to decline his player option to become a free agent. He's still considerably under contract still, but all signs point to him declining it. Yeah.
He's not a game changer though. He's decent big man though. I mean,
real quick, not to cut you off the Leaf. The one thing I will say is, based on multiple people that I've spoken to, keep a really close eye on Kuminga, because supposedly with us missing out on top three, he's the one that's
showed out these last couple of games. He looking for that check.
So Kuminga might be in there.
No. Yeah. Kuminga might be getting paid, bro. Like we don't only that money.
That's false.
Let me rephrase.
That's false.
They're gonna settle for Kuminga.
Hold on. Let Dylan finish.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Dylan, man.
Hold on. Let me run point. Hold on. Let Leaf and Dylan finish. And if Dylan is gonna go after that,
go ahead, Dylan. What you were saying?
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that it is
Rob go after Dylan, because we ain't hear from him yet.
All I'm gonna say is there's about a 99% chance that the Nets offer Kuminga a contract based on two people that I spoke with. Does that mean he's a Net? Who knows? Because Golden State has the opportunity to match it, but there is a very, very more than likely chance that Brooklyn does offer an offer sheet to Kuminga as probably the only guy within the restricted free agent market that they look at, because realistically,
what numbers we're talking about?
Well, that would be the biggest mistake, Dylan. That would be the biggest mistake.
After watching these last few games of him since Steph went down, and especially knowing that you're missing out, especially knowing that you're missing out on Flag and Ace, Kuminga has more upside than any wing outside of Flag and Ace in this year's draft. It's not a horrible risk to take. It just depends on the contract. Either way, to poach him away from Golden State, you're looking at $26 million or higher a year. That's just
he declined that. He declined that with Golden State. What are you talking about?
He declined that in Golden State because he's not getting the opportunity to play. If he's getting a multi-year contract where he's making that annually on a team where he can play, that's a different story.
4-year, 150 is not enough.
No. I think we're looking at 3-year, $84 million. It's roughly 28.3 a year. Yeah. That's probably the range that it takes, because you also have to remember.
Right with that.
You also have to remember.
Hold on, Adar, let Brad.
Well, here, hold on one second. What I was going to say is you also have to remember. You have to offer him a contract.
I just want to clear that.
You also have to remember.
Teams blessing off these players and shit. Let them crazy money.
You also have to remember that you have to offer a contract when you have the cap space that you have, like the Nets do this year, that the other team can't match, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So that's where it's going to come down to. Most likely, Chicago's getting Giddey back. They've already said they want him back. Grimes is likely going back to Philly. They want him back. That leaves Kuminga and Santi Aldama as the main two non-Nets restricted free agents that they will likely look into. Kuminga being the one that they'll likely offer the offer sheet to. So, just giving you guys that. I spoke with
niggas want Aldama here.
Kuminga's a 3. No. I'm not saying Aldama's an option. I'm just saying out of the two.
Aldama's an option.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dylan, can I ask you a question, Dylan?
I mean, if we get him, he'll be our 4, I think.
Dylan, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
I can just be honest, man. Like, I mean, I pretty much I have the hunch. I have to pretty much I know kind of. But how screwed are we, man? Fuck. You saying we
Let me answer that.
That's a good question, people. That is a very good question.
Let me answer it first, and then I'll give you the real answer.
Peoples didn't say that. I was gonna go to Peoples next. So Peoples and Brian didn't really say that.
You even let Brian
no. Yo, Breezy. I'll let y'all. I'ma listen to y'all. You know, I just, you know, in between, I might say some shit. You know, I don't. You can skip me because I'm depressed as fuck, man. I'm really depressed as fuck. I just been smoking this shit and just been sleeping. You know what I mean? I've been smoking and sleeping. Every time I, open up my eyes, I keep, the lottery. I'll be like, oh my God.
Damn,
I'm going back to bed. I'll be like, I'm going back to bed.
Get well, man. We don't want you to be.
Thank you. I'm a different kind of fan. You already know. I'm not a fan. You can't call me. I'm not a fan. I'm a psycho. You know what I mean?
All I'm gonna say is this, bro. Roster wise, bro, our front line could be much better than it was last year. It has the opportunity to be that. It probably is gonna start with Kuminga, and Santi Aldama is an option, but Naz Reid, he's gonna opt out, and he's gonna be looking for some big change, and that's another option. So, a lot of us is cool with Naz Reid. We like his game. We're familiar with his game. So, Naz Reid
ain't happening. Kuminga ain't happening either.
Okay,
you never know with this organization.
That's
no. $8 sends $100. I ain't arguing with you, bro. You send the money.
Really screwed if we
what you said goes, bro. You the GM.
So Dylan,
it's not even bad.
Right? Dylan,
listen.
I ain't arguing with you, bro. I was saying it's the option.
Hold on, y'all. Again, hence the title says Nets fans is the best fans. A lot of different Nets fans. I be lying. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you see how black my screen is, nigga?
That's why you had.
There's a lot of fake ass Nets fans. There's a lot of fake.
Hold on, y'all. Let's go to Brian. Yo, Brian, you there?
Yeah.
Yo, all right. So let me ask you. Again, they saying Fizz at 8. This is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Fizz might be at 8. Would you say this is a successful draft if we get Fizz at 8?
I mean, yeah, but it depends on who we drafted, 19 and our other picks.
I was gonna say,
Jeremiah's
because we
definitely has the upside.
The top 3. That if we get it, we got to make sure the other picks is great too. I'm with you.
Thanks.
No, D.
No, go ahead. So you watch college basketball, bro?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so who you would consider good, a great draft? How could we still get a great draft with the picks that we got? We can't change that. Or can we? I don't know. Can we?
19. I don't know if he's still gonna be here, but I will take Carter Bryant.
Okay. But you think he just shy of a lottery pick? You think he 15, 16 something?
Breeze, I just sent you a link on.
He might be.
Twitter.
Yeah.
It's my full mock off season 4.0. I literally
26. I might take.
Yeah, I'm finna pull it up right now.
Fleming.
That'll answer some of you guys' questions. I already see it.
Are we sure Fleming? Are we sure Fleming's going to be available at 19?
Hold on. I just want to. I want to finish hearing Brian list. So you say okay. So with the 19th pick, perhaps we get Carter Bryant. So
Carter Bryant, if not, Nick Clifford then.
Nick Clifford.
Yeah, that's realistic. Nick Clifford is.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, bro.
And I'll be pissed as fuck.
Hold on, let Brian finish. What about the other 2 picks? It's 2 more. You got Fizz, you got Carter Bryant or Nick Clifford. And I'm listening. Go ahead.
26, maybe a guy like Will Riley, and then to draft the big, I'd go Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yo, that last name, the beginning.
I heard Johnny Broom ain't got no hops. You ain't go Johnny Broom?
Bro, a 460-pound football player got higher worth than him, bro.
Speaking of Franco
I ain't
Brown,
gonna lie, that's true.
Hold on. Time out. Brad.
I
So what
spoke
you?
to.
So hold on, Brad. Hold on. Let me ask Brad. Dude, what do Nets fans? What could we expect from a Bucks fan? Like, what are you doing? Well, I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know.
He's gonna get you some boards. He'll definitely be dominant in the paint, and there's not really much bigs in this class, and he'll like definitely be one with high upside. So yeah.
You talking about Cat Burner?
What he did in the combine today, man.
I didn't see him at the combine, so.
I don't even know if he was
I
there.
heard Carter Bryant is like a grown ass man and shit. Like, look at 25-year-old, like chiseled ass man. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He's 25.
Ready body.
No,
he's 19.
Looks like he's 25.
Yo, that
He's
nigga
look like it.
Nah, he got a grown ass man body. That's what it is.
Carter's he's 19. He's 19.
Yo, you look at 25.
He's 19.
Like
he's 19. He's not 25.
Mini grown ass
Where
man.
did the number 25 come from?
But the baby, you know.
That nigga was 25 in the NBA. I ain't gonna hold you in the draft. It's crazy.
That's crazy work. That's crazy.
Because the Nets interview him today.
defense.
You know that, right? Nets interview him and Jeremiah Fears. I think they're trying to move up, trying to get Carter Bryant because he's probably gonna be a lottery. They talking about gonna be a lottery because
He's going
big
at
body
14 to San Antonio. I already spoke to
like
a couple
LeBron,
of insiders.
big motherfucker. Yeah.
Right.
Pause.
He's great 3-point shooter. He's great defensive player. Like he's like, you see OG Anunoby, that's Carter Bryant, and that's what San Antonio wants.
Yeah.
Unless somebody jump him at 14, he's going to San Antonio.
You don't think OG Anunoby is a
I spoke to a couple insiders like today, and they told me that. So I'm not sure. I'm not insider.
I
don't
spoke
give
to
a
a Spurs reporter who I had on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he mentioned Carter Bryant and Noah Esengwe as the 14th overall pick for San Antonio, if that's where the pick landed. That's where the pick landed. You would have to think Noah Esengwe probably has the upper edge on Bryant, simply just because of the French connection with Wemby. I know it's weird to say, but there is teams that like to do that, and Esengwe's also been rising up boards as well. So realistically, I do think they go Esengwe over Bryant. But I said,
did you hear like Noah Esengwe going in top 10? Like there's certain teams like very interested.
Yeah, but
in that.
A lot of that's noise though, because if you really look at the top 10,
that's what I was thinking too.
I was gonna say, if you look at the top 10, the first 9 picks are solidified. Like not in the order, but you have Flag, Harper, Ace, VJ, Trey Johnson, Fears, Maluak, Queen, and probably Concanepple. That's 9 already. Now you have to factor in Casper.
I heard Concanepple dropping like to 12. I mean, like outside of 14.
I don't think he gets past 10 with Houston. Realistically, I think he can.
Isn't he injured?
I heard Houston chopping their pig right now because they really pushing for that. Like they talking with New Orleans right now because those 2 picks are pick swaps, and they got what's his name? The picks New Orleans won. So. That's what
yo, Dylan, you know what hurts the most? Like the fucking Rockets winning 50 games for no reason, fucking up our draft pick, man.
Why
for
not?
No reason. You know they're gonna get bounced out. You already know. You know what I'm saying, Leaf? You know, like the Bucks and shit. 19th pick. We could have had like 12th pick or 13th pick.
They didn't win it for no reason. They won 50 games.
You know what I mean, though. Now you know what I mean, though. Like I'm tight.
I understand what you're saying, but
like 50
to be honest
games.
with you, bro, like to be honest with you, the money that we gonna spend this offseason that we have to spend because the CBA demands it, is probably gonna cut into probably about like the last 3 picks in the draft, depending on how they do in training camp. So
I was gonna say I gave a full breakdown of what the offseason could look like. I sent it to Breeze if you guys want to debate it, but I think I had it at 160.7 million as next year's cap salary total for what we could be looking at, which I think keeps us under the
salary floor is lower than that. It's like 131.
Hold on, I'm finna
the cap salary, but the first and second apron, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't even.
First and second apron, yeah, we wouldn't be near that.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all.
No, I'm talking about salary floor that you have to reach is at $131 mil.
Hold on, SL. It's 2 things I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna get into 2 things. I'm gonna get into what Ice sent me, and then I'm gonna get into what Express is talking about right now. So this is what a draft that Ice would want to look like. You got a Kamal Malawat at 8, Nick Clifford at 19, Will Riley at 26, Walter Clayton Jr. I just seen him playing not too long ago.
Who the hell is that? Walter Clayton
JT
Jr.
at 36.
No, hold up, Ice. Oh, wait, hold up, Ice. You drew
I
this
got
up?
a problem with that.
Hold
I got a problem with that.
Yeah, Nick Clifford.
Hold on.
I already
Hold on,
mentioned
hold
Ice
on.
with JT Toppin. He's
hold
not
on.
in the draft.
I did this. It went viral on Twitter, and I did this just to show fans that we can still build a team. It's not a legit, you know what I'm saying, draft, but I'm saying you can still get players and have a decent team out of the draft. So just because you didn't get top 3 doesn't mean you can't get nice players. That's why I did it, and it went viral.
I got a question, bro. Where the fuck is our point guard?
Well, we never have a point guard.
Hold up. If I gotta explain this, then y'all not paying attention. I know Net Press dealing out high on Walter Clayton, but Walter Clayton shot like 40% throughout his college career from the 3, bro. He's 6'3", so he shot 40%.
Let me rephrase it also too, Ice, because it's not that I'm not high on
Why
Clayton.
the fuck are we getting seniors?
It's that's what I was gonna say is
no.
when
Now
you are
listen,
a young rebuilding team.
Are they like 25 years old?
Again.
Let him finish. Let Ice finish. Go ahead, Ice.
Hold on. I only did this. I got plenty of mock drafts. It's not the only one. I got one with Fairs too. But the point is, when y'all get salty about not getting top 3, I'm saying you can still get nice players that's on the board in the draft. You know what I'm saying? You can still build a nice team. You know what I mean? You may not have one guy, but you got a couple nice guys. You heard? That's all I'm saying.
But Ice, hold up. Respectfully, bro, like we got enough picks, bro. Our draft board is looking like some NFL teams, bro. Like we got 5 picks. Like we could realistically go for like need in this draft anything at like after 19. I'm looking at Will Riley's 2 guards /3, Walter Clayton 2 guard. Like what like you replacing the niggas from last year, bro? What we doing?
Okay. The only defense I'll give to Clayton is he's 6'3". He's likely to be a point guard. Let's just get that out of the way.
He's not a point guard.
He can. They said the same thing about Derek White, and Derek White.
Yeah, it's like you asking Cam Thomas to be a point guard. That's
and Derek White is playing what?
Derek
White is playing the 2, Dylan.
Hold on.
We don't want Cam out point
guard,
Slow
but that doesn't mean that he can't
running
play
too far,
somewhere
right?
else.
I'm just saying these is solid players that's in the draft for people that's salty because we didn't get a top 3 pick. That's it. It's nothing else to it.
It's not about. I don't think it's about the top 3
players on the board.
I was
That
gonna
I
say
did a mock draft, and it's going viral because the players is nice. That's it.
At Florida, Clayton averaged 4.2 assists.
Hold on, Ice. It's not about the fact that we didn't get top 3, bro. It's the fact that if anything, if we was gonna miss out on the top 3, that's fine. We all been naming players. We get. Are we gonna get these niggas at 8? That's my worry.
Come on, I'm just saying somebody's gonna fall in it.
We might not even get someone at 8. That's the problem with that.
Y'all
Ice, bro. Like it's the fact that you. It's the fact that this is the I like as depressed as Net fans are right now, bro, for not getting top 3. This is the shit you decided to show, bro. Like the day after, bro. Like you think we supposed to be cool with this?
Yo, why you being pessimistic, bro?
Who is Nick Clifford? Can Nick Clifford replace people?
What am I supposed to be optimistic about what I'm looking at on my screen right now?
Yo,
bro, you don't watch college basketball, so no.
What, nigga? And there's a reason why, bro. Why am I supposed to be optimistic about the shit that I see on my screen right now? Y'all taking me there, bro.
He can replace somebody on his team with ease. So can Will Riley. You know what I'm saying?
I can get jiggy with Malawat.
Now you watch too. Like that's 3 out of 5. Don't get y'all overthinking.
Not us. That's Leaf. Leaf overthinking. I'm good with this draft.
I'm overthinking shit.
Grim Reaper don't like this shit, man.
Will Riley is a dollar store Cam Johnson.
Why would like? Reason do not speak for me. I'm not overthinking a damn thing, bro. Like I think, bro, in this board, this particular
who
board,
Ice was
bro.
talking to then? Who Ice was talking to then?
Bro, Ice ain't. Listen, look. In this particular board, respectfully, I think that we have a chance to go for need more than let's just go. We got at 19.
So what's the need?
The need is guard. We not resigning D'Lo.
Right.
So
I
what do you want to
mean,
Clayton?
We might, bro.
Look at the board and tell me where you don't see guard on there.
Where's our point guard, bro?
On there.
Like I
tell
said,
me.
I want nothing to
I
do
got
with
more. I got
Hold
more
on, come on,
faith
one
in
mic,
Keon
one
Johnson
mic,
than
hold
Walter
on.
Clifford, man. Come on,
Hold
man.
on,
Are you
I
serious?
one mic,
Walter
I
Clayton.
want to
Bro,
hear
we got 3 light-skinned niggas and a nigga from Sudan, bro. What the fuck are we doing?
Hold on, y'all.
Hold
like
on,
I said,
Leaf.
I
Let
did
Ice
multiple mock
Leaf. Let
drafts.
Ice
This
and Dylan go.
is only one, and I put out and it went viral. So I'm just showing people that there are players still in the draft.
I'm with
You
you,
heard?
Ice. I'm with
That
you.
we
I'm
can
with
get.
you.
There's
That's
a
all there
reason
is
it
to
went
it.
viral.
I ain't saying this is the draft. I'm not saying these is our players. I'm saying if you go and do a mock draft for yourself, you will actually see. Dylan does it all the time. Shout out to Dylan. You will see that players
Yeah,
that's
we
on
gonna
the
pull up
board, you
Dylan's
got
next.
difficult choices and making
Pull it
choices,
up.
trying to pick players that's on the board, especially if you try and get all rookies or sophomores. You'll see how difficult it is. I'm just saying, there's players on the board that you can pick up. That if you never done it, then you can't tell me nothing. I talked to Dylan. I showed Dylan. He said what he said. Well, I'm just showing other fans there's players that you can get. That's all there
Can't
is
tell
to it.
them nothing.
Wait till
Yeah,
I
I'm depressed now.
Talk to me, Dylan, and bring your
I'm
Breezy
depressed now.
No,
You see how Breezy instigating
I'm
shit.
not.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he is instigating shit, bro. I'm not gonna raise my voice tonight, bro. Y'all, go ahead. Y'all take over the draft. Fuck it.
You see,
Yo, I think
now,
I'm
now
being
the
trolled
Dominican
right
ball
now.
now.
I
Now
swear
Breezy
to
can ball
God.
now.
Get whoever the fuck y'all want, bro. Like, I hope this shit blow up in all y'all niggas' faces, bro. When y'all pick these niggas, bro.
Okay,
I
okay.
really
Now
do.
we going too far now. Now we going too far now.
Yeah, Dylan, what you
Yeah. Why you wishing for niggas to fail, man? Come on, dog.
Niggas can't have
Nah,
nothing
bro.
nice.
This
You know what I'm
what
saying?
y'all
Niggas
want to be
can't
the
have nothing
y'all want to
nice,
be the
bro.
GM, bro. Go ahead. Fuck it.
Niggas can't have nothing nice.
It's bad to have. Wait, hold on.
Don't watch.
It's
Hold
bad
on.
to have faith in these.
Don't
It's
watch
bad to
out.
have faith in these
Talk about the
players.
players. It's a mock draft.
We can't have faith in these players.
No. It's
Yo.
cool. Y'all niggas at the
Dylan
wheel,
on
bro.
the
I'm not.
yo.
Nah. Go ahead. You got it.
Yo.
Let Ice
Dylan,
take the wheel.
Dylan,
Ice
is
is getting
draft all the time,
Ice is
Dylan?
getting everything started on TikTok. Let him take the wheel.
Yo,
No,
Lee,
hold
you're
it
supposed to
down.
have the Infinity Stones. You're
Don't ask
supposed
me
to
no
know
questions.
about multiple scenarios, man. You're supposed to know about multiple
That's right. You
scenarios
ain't
if
got
you're supposed to be Thanos. This is just
Don't
one
ask.
of the scenarios.
Jay.
you ain't got no
Listen,
audible
we
stone, man.
See, you're not
we
using
focus
your
on Ice.
Thanos.
We focus on Ice. Don't focus on me. This ain't about me, bro. Like,
No,
all right,
You ain't
not
got no
using.
audible stone, man.
You're not using your stones, man. He trying to tell you this is just one of the
If Leaf was
scenarios
really
that to
like that,
happen
he would
out
use
of
a
multiple
reality stone
scenarios.
to fix it so we can get the top 3
Fix that
pick.
shit right here.
Yo.
y'all niggas, y'all got.
Yo, that reality stone not being used, man. Fix me so this shit can be fixed, bro.
Yo, facts.
Ella,
Next need Thanos.
Ella, bro, you gotta move off of me, bro. Right now, you appearing as a double agent, bro. So you can't like. There's nothing
Double
else.
agent is
There's nothing to do here.
Y'all be using that shit with the wrong intention, bro.
Right? No.
No double agent, no double agent here.
Boy, Dylan, I'm trying to hear something. Let me see what you got, Dylan.
Time out. Hold on.
This
I
is
don't
what
want
it's
to
all
get
about. You heard? Dylan been
Ice.
doing
Hold
mock
on.
drafts for a while. Mock drafts for a while, bro. Dylan
Right.
probably got the most mock drafts on the internet right now. You heard?
Hold on. I can't let Leaf take credit away from what LM bring to the podcast. LM been talking college basketball from the start of this. I know nothing about college basketball. So all of the fans that talk college basketball, I like to give them the floor. That's LM, that's SL. Brian, he knew, but he know college basketball, Nets Press and Ice. Bro, they know ball, bro. And when you see, I ain't say myself. But and I'm saying that to say, bro, there ain't no slight to nobody who don't know it. But at the end of the day, I want to learn it. So I'm gonna ask the guys that know. That's all it is. This is Dylan's you know what I'm saying? What he was asking me to pull up. What's this, Dylan? Talk to us. Talk me through the slides. Pause.
Yeah. Resume. No, you're good. But no, for the past 2 years, I've been doing mock off seasons. I usually try and do one once every week and a half, 2 weeks, once our season ends. So this year is my first one after the lottery. As you can see, it's the 4th one overall since our season ended. But yeah, we can get into it. If you guys want, Do you want to debate each slide, or do you want to debate it at the end? You let me know.
Hold on, Dylan.
Let's debate each slide first.
No, I'm not debating you, bro. I'm just going to the next.
Hold on. This is a mock draft. Just like I did a mock draft, this is Dylan's mock draft before anybody gets excited. You heard?
Well,
this doesn't mean it's going to be the draft either before everybody get in the frame.
Yeah, that's one. This is an entire off-season breakdown. Not
That was
just
for Leaf right there, my nigga. That was for Leaf.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't. Nah, don't.
It was for no, it wasn't for. It was for everybody.
It ain't for me at all. I'm out, bro. Y'all
look,
take over this shit, bro. Move
Leaf
on from
was
me.
basically
Y'all niggas move on. Nah, y'all got it. There ain't no more Leaf nothing, bro. Y'all. It's ice time now.
Hold on. No.
Leaf was kind of.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm saying Leaf was kind of saying that list was like getting hit by 18-wheeler and then
time out. Yo, people's chill. Hold on, we gotta let Dylan finish. Go ahead, Dylan. We not debating you. We just want to hear about it. Go ahead. We're gonna go to the next.
Yeah, feel free to go to the next one. So I have 3 trades that I mocked up for this offseason. One being on draft night. So as you can see here, I know you guys aren't gonna like the names of the people in the trade, but that's just a salary filler to get the deal done. The whole goal is to move up in the draft. So in this one, you're getting Cam Johnson to Oklahoma City, a team that has been rumored to show interest in him. As you can see, they're struggling against Denver.
Breezy fucking it up. What's going on?
Let her fish.
The OKC's been struggling with floor spacing at some times. Some of their youth hasn't been, living up to what they should be. So they need a clear veteran floor spacer. No better player than Cam Johnson. They get Cam Johnson in pick 27. Nets get Kenrich Williams, who's on a 2-year, $7.1 million
deal. This is complete disregard to salary cap. Like, what the fuck?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yo, let him finish.
Let him finish. SL, let him finish, SL.
All of these trades are successful and accurate based on Fanspo's financial.
Yes, because you're not taking into consideration Jay Will and Chad.
I don't care. Hold on, I don't want nobody to debate Dylan, but just let him finish. I don't want.
I can answer the question real quick. That doesn't matter. Realistically, if you look at,
are you serious?
Can you shut up for 5 seconds and let me explain it to you? Because when you hear it, you're going to be like, "Oh shit, you're right." Like always. Kenrich Williams and Ousmane Dieng combined for roughly $14 million. The price of the 15th overall pick would combine all three of both players plus the 15th overall pick would combine for the contract of Cam Johnson. So before you get your shit in a fuss, all 3 of those positions right there would financially cost the same as Cam Johnson. So it fits within their salary range. The trade works. We're moving on.
Dylan wanted to say pennies in a bunch.
Yes, I did. Kenrich Williams is making 7.1 on a two-year deal. Ousmane Dieng's on an expiring contract, so works out for everybody. Nets get the 15th pick and a future first-round pick as well.
Yeah, and he's sending OKC into second apron, and all of a sudden they gotta extend Chet and Jay Will. So,
what the fuck you talking about? Bro, this doesn't mean this is gonna come true. This is just like, what are we doing? Come on. Just let him finish, bro. Just let him finish.
Real quick, let me talk.
Not putting in no work. Hold on. You're not putting doing no mock drafts, and you're not doing no mock trades. You got so much to say about the shit. Go do some work and bring it up here. You heard?
I did.
Wait. Hold on.
Yo, this shit is so funny, bro.
Real quick. Let me just talk.
Nothing nice. Nobody can
see what happens when we get the 8th pick.
No, you see. What
are we doing?
You see.
Look, the chat even said, "Don't take things personal." That's because y'all don't listen to me. I said, let him finish. No rebuttals. Just let him finish. It's a mock draft. Hold on. A mock draft means it's not surefire. It's not a sure thing. It's not.
But you gotta put a calculated thought to it.
No, bro, hold on. Listen.
These are calculated.
Let him finish. Don't give no rebuttals because it's just the easiest thing to do is rebuttal because it's a mock draft or mock trade.
Save the rebuttals for after he
No, listen. It's not just for you, SL. It's not just 3 guys on a panel. It's us listening and the chat is listening, bro. Let him tap in to what he talking about, and then when it's your turn, you say I gave you the big screen like 2-3 times, bro. Nobody was trying to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. My bad. I'll put myself on mute. Okay.
Yeah, let him finish, and then you can rebuttal after that.
Go ahead.
So like I was saying, between the 2 players and the 15th overall pick, the contracts would practically match up with Cam Johnson. That's 1. 2, you don't have to extend a player just because they are eligible for a rookie max. They could do one. They don't have to do both. Moving on. The trade makes a ton of sense, though, for both parties. Moving on, if you want to click the next slide, this is, again, just a simple one. If you're moving up to 15, you have 8, 15, 19, 27, and 36. You can move on from 26. Portland's a team that could use an extra pick after not moving up in their lottery pick. So I just had them mocked as the team. There's numerous other teams that you could potentially trade with to gain future draft capital with as well. But for this instance, I would just say it's Portland for a protected lottery, for like a protected lottery first round pick. So again, moving on. The final trade that I have is with the Lakers. It's for Nick Claxton. Jalen Wilson is a team option, so you can accept him and then include him into this deal. It's 2 expiring contracts in Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber, plus Dalton Knecht and a first-round pick for Claxton and Jalen Wilson. Again, financially makes a ton of sense. It all works out. Nets get a pick, a young prospect, and 2 players that'll help with their financial flexibility for next season. So I like that deal a lot for them.
2030.
Okay. All right. Yo, listen, for what it's worth, I like this mock draft. That means I don't necessarily know if it's going to happen, but if it was up to me for it to happen, I would say yes. More so, the Nets traded with the Lakers. It's a lot of steam behind that. And to what Jay's point, which was funny, if we trade with the Lakers, something good going to happen for the Brooklyn Nets in the draft. I thought it was funny, but it might be true.
No, the last one makes sense, though.
Is that the earliest pick the Lakers got? 2031. We can't get those for like
it's well, you could either do a swap pick or you can do an unprotected pick. What would you rather? For me, I prefer unprotected.
I prefer unprotected.
Yeah. So and you also have to look at the year's worth of picks that we have. We don't need another 2027. We don't need another 2029.
Nah, easy. The whole thing about it, we getting rid of the Nick Claxton contract. And we breaking down to the smaller contract. That's making a lot of sense.
No, I agree with
that. That's a good trade right there.
No. I agree with the trade. The only thing I just want to pick for next year. That's the only thing. Or this year coming up.
Well, okay. So Breezy, go back 2 slides. I guess I missed that part. If you go back 2 slides, the OKC trade. Within the OKC trade, I have the Thunder giving us the 76ers top 4 protected pick next year. So that's where we get our additional 2026. If we're getting 2 losers plus the 15th pick, the least they can do is throw in an extra first. They have the draft capital to do so, and we're also giving them a first-round pick in this year's draft. So I think getting one of those picks next year from OKC makes a ton of sense. They have their own, and they also have Phillies.
I'm a little shaky on this trade because now I kind of agree with Ado. OKC got taken account their salary cap. Now they do make a trade.
Hey,
like
it costs money to win championships, and OKC hasn't won a championship. So if they're serious about building around Chet, Jalen Williams, and them, they got to spend.
Are they going to spend?
You also have to remember too. You also have to remember too. It's multiple years over the second apron to when you start getting penalized. I believe it's 2 or 3 years being over is when you start getting penalized in terms of like losing draft picks and stuff. Isaiah Hartenstein has 2 more years left on his deal after this year. So realistically, they'll be clearing up $35 million at some point in the near future as well. They have multiple other tradable contracts that they can move on from if they feel like they want to go underneath the apron. But at the end of the day, Cam Johnson's the guy that improves their roster along with what they currently have. So that's
complete disregard to SGA contract extension. Like, come on.
Again, Jalen Williams and Chet, they can be eligible. It doesn't mean they need to.
SGA, I'm talking about. SGA next contract is gonna start from $70 million, and his first buyout.
Again, though, what you're not understanding is Kenrich Williams makes 7.1. Ousmane Dieng makes 6.6. That is roughly 13.7. Yeah. The price of the 15th overall pick is roughly $3 to $4 million worth of contract. That'll be 20 to 21 million. Johnson's making 20.5 million. It causes
but you forgetting that's why I want you to do it on a spot rack. On a spot rack, if you do that over there,
Fanspo's more accurate than Spotrac. They have the entire financial breakdowns underneath the trade.
Exactly. So Cam Johnson with the all incentives. His contract is not 21 mil. He's 25.
Moving on. Let's go.
Hold on. Let's go to Ice. Go ahead, Ice.
Yo, on TikTok, I talked to a lot of OKC fans to pull up on my live. They said they actually want Cam Johnson because
Thank
he helps
you.
their team, like Dylan's saying. He spaces the floor for them, and they want a player like that, and they are willing to trade.
They're not going to give up.
someone
They're
to
not
get
going to give up
Cam
Isaiah
Johnson.
Joe right now. They're not going to give up Aaron Wiggins.
I
There's no
would
need
I
for them
would
to give
love
up
to do
Burton.
the trade with them. It's not that I,
Hold on. Let's we gonna go to SL after Dylan and Ice. But okay, so Ice, you agree with that trade. So what do you feel about Cam Johnson going to OKC, and what would you want back? Do you agree with the Dylan Mark trade, or you got a different trade?
No, I don't really know. I don't really be doing trades like that. I just know when the fans pull up on the live, and they and OKC fans, there's a lot of them on TikTok. They said that if anybody on a team that they want is Cam Johnson, they would take Cam Johnson immediately, like today. You know what I mean? Like they need Cam Johnson. For
They were
those who
ready to
don't
do it at
think
the deadline. It's
OC,
just
oh,
we
he
wouldn't
wants
do a
Cam
deal with
Johnson.
right.
Joe in it.
No, you're
Talk to
right.
me on
They
the
wanted
live.
right.
They want Cam Johnson over there ASAP.
Yep.
That's
All
all.
right,
there is
let's
to it.
move on. Let's move on to the. So if you go to the fourth slide, I believe it is. Fifth
Real
slide.
quick, let's send Cam Johnson and Nicholas to Yugoslavia. How about that? So, because nobody comes back from there. Nobody ever.
All right, so go to the
I don't
next
want to see
slide,
these
please.
guys ever again. Ever.
So
I swear to God, yo.
real quick. So Dylan, do you think that OKC trade? Do you think that trade could happen and the Lakers trade could happen too at the same time?
Do I think they can? Well, at the same time, no, because you have to accept the team option on Jalen Wilson to be able to include him into a trade package. So that's an off-season trade. The OKC trade.
That's free agency, right?
Yeah, the OKC trade is a draft night trade as well as the 26th pick for a future first. That's a draft night trade. Because there's no world
free
where
agency happening after draft, so
Yeah.
there's a complication.
Yeah, so I have everything in order here of where they should be happening. But yeah, overall, these are the trades that I like. Again, I switch these up every mock off season. Some of them become repetitive, but most of the time I change them up.
Hold on, Dylan, but you consider the fact that they linked to Liam McNeely? Like
Who?
they
OKC?
Liam McNeely, right?
No, I'm asking.
Same.
Are you talking about OKC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you familiar with the player Liam McNeely?
I
right?
am very familiar with him. He
Okay,
shot 38%
so
from
what's
the field at
the big difference between like
one
they
of them?
they got
Here, I'm answering for you. Cam Johnson shoots 48%, 49% from the field, and roughly 39.
and he's an NBA vet, right? He's the
Yes.
so,
And
right.
Liam McNeely shot 38% from the field, not even just from three, the field. He shot 38% from the field. At
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
that's a big difference.
but
if you're trying to win.
3-point percentage. What is that? What is that? Pull
His
it up.
three-point percentage at UConn, I think, was 35 or 36%. Great
35,
numbers
yeah.
for a college player, but again, if you're
Right.
looking at their current roster, Isaiah Joe has underperformed in a couple of games. Aaron Wiggins has underperformed in a couple of games. Jalen Williams, the center, has underperformed in a couple of games. They have enough youth. They need more NBA-ready guys to actually make this a dynasty like they're trying to. That's the only reason why I have Johnson going there. And in the secondary,
Cason Wallace, Dort,
Cason Wallace is another guy that's been underperforming at times.
There will never be dynasty, Dylan.
and don't forget they got Topic coming up this year. So
And that's my point. How much more youth do you need on that bench? It's gonna kill
I'd
them.
rather get Cason Wallace from them for
I don't
something like
It's all about
agree with
it's
that.
all about realistic packages. Kenrich Williams and Ousmane Dieng are guys that don't even play in their rotation 9 times out of 10. They can get off of those contracts. They have guys like Topic and Kaysen who are on cheaper deals that they can keep, but at least we get draft capital in return. You get to move up 12 spots to 15, and you also
Dylan,
get
we've seen
another
OKC losing players. Like they're gonna start losing players because of their
if
potential.
they're not winning, yes,
They winning. They were winning last year. They're winning right now. Like
I don't even think
they
they're
lost
gonna
Josh
find them
Giddey.
even
They
better.
lost Josh
Until you
Giddey.
win a
They're
finals,
gonna lose. They're
it doesn't
gonna.
matter.
They're not tax-paying team. They lost James Harden before that. That ownership not spending.
They didn't
And
lose.
then
They
other
didn't want
years,
him no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's
That's why
back-
they traded him.
And in
There's
other years,
a
they had
history
Westbrook,
of
they
that.
had Baca, they had Adams, they had Andre Robinson, they had KD. They've had teams
Yes,
where
and they
spent
got
money in.
and they let James Harden walk.
Okay, but they still had 2 MVPs alongside multiple other players who brought them to the
Okay,
Western
but
Conference Finals.
Ibaka is not
They'll
James
be okay.
Harden. They could have had James
Breeze,
Harden
can-
alongside them.
Breeze, can you pull up the rest of the slide? Because there's more to it. I got to do the draft, the off season. There's other things.
It's
if you
not.
want.
They're not that
more
same
to it?
team, man.
Oh, copy that. I got you.
There's more. Dylan can come prepared. You heard?
But wait, there's more.
But there's always more with me. You know that.
There's a lot.
You think I come here with some basic bitch shit? Come on.
Yo.
All right. So for this one, now this is the mock draft portion of it, right? Nets stay at 8. Jeremiah Fears.
Mock draft.
With the 15th pick, Carter Bryant. That's the one that we made in the OKC deal to move up. At 19, I got Rasheer Fleming. And then at 36, because we ended up moving 26 as well to Portland, at 36, I have us taking Drake Powell. So, again, no big man. I know somebody's going to cry about it. But
I was about to cry.
That's
No, I actually like this one. I
perfect.
actually like
Go to the next slide.
This is a W draft if we walk away.
But are
with
these
this.
guys like 6'8"?
This is a W draft. Hold on.
Carter
Hold
Bryant's
on.
6'8".
Hold on. Before we go to the before we go to the next slide, Ellen, why this a W draft? Talk to us.
At 8, Fears is the best available talent that you can get.
Is he a guard?
The kid,
He a guard, right?
He a guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a point guard.
I'd rather take
the kid got a strong motor. He said he watches Ant. Said he watches Kyrie. Said, you know what I'm saying? He got a strong motor.
Who said they watch Kyrie? Who said that?
Fears.
Oh,
He said he watches Ant for his mentality. Like he likes watching Ant because of his mentality to go out there. You know what I'm saying? So you get a winner. You get a guy that kid. I think he's 6'4".
6'4". Yeah.
What's his wingspan?
Not crazy. I think it's like 6'4", 6'5". It's very similar.
It's like 6'4".
Yeah, I don't know, Dylan.
You get
Queen, man.
But I mean, if you talking about a guard, I mean he's pretty much the best available. Boogie Flynn is going back to college.
Flynn's going back to school. Isaiah Evans is going back.
Right.
To school.
So if you kind of win with him in the backcourt, maybe him and Cam Thomas.
I don't know.
Tomorrow, next season,
I can give a breakdown.
I disagree though. I think they should take Derek Queen. I'm telling you, Baltimore guy.
Y'all disagree?
Nah, Queen has performed. By the way, Queen has performed pretty horribly in the combo.
So
I'm telling you,
he could be falling.
Yeah,
and then we go with disagreement. But
Quinn is not falling. He's going to Washington.
Who?
That's what I heard.
Derek Queen?
I think Washington.
Yes.
For him.
Oh damn.
Hold on.
That's fucked up.
What about?
I think Washington take Malawak instead of Queen.
Oh no.
Because from Baltimore to Brooklyn sounds good. From
Real quick,
Baltimore to Brooklyn, you know how they do the from somewhere to to Brooklyn. From Baltimore, that shit sounds good though.
Real quick,
I'm telling you, Baltimore guys can hoop. You know, what I mean, all y'all on the panel.
Let him get this out because I want to try and finish this shit up within.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I just like
yeah,
can we just get through
bad.
the players because we had Carter Bryant. I just
I
want.
was gonna say, so yeah, realistically, Jeremiah Fears, you go best available at 8, whether it's Malawak or Fears. I have Fears there. Carter Bryant at 15, he's 6'8", small forward, high upside two-way player, like SL said before, very OG Anunoby like.
Yeah, OG Anunoby guy. Yeah.
What's his wingspan?
I'll give you your props. Don't worry. When you give a good take, I got you, bro. Don't you worry.
What's his wingspan? What's Carter Bryant?
Carter Bryant's. I don't know the exact wingspan. I know Fleming's wingspan is 7'5", and he's 6'9".
God damn!
Jesus fucking Christ!
What? God damn! The 7'5" wingspan is fucking crazy.
He's going lottery, bro.
I don't think he can go lottery. If it's not the Spurs, he's not going lottery.
What, my nigga? Hold on. Let's go to that name real quick. Can you do that, bro?
Yeah, Rasheer Fleming is a problem, and he's from New Jersey.
I would have thought Rasheer Fleming would have been an OG in an OG.
Hold on. No, Rasheer Fleming.
Hold on, y'all. After we finish the content, we're gonna go to Rasheer Fleming and speak more about him. We're gonna finish the slides though.
Yeah, so I got Fleming at 19, and again, wherever you want to mock him, you can mock him. To me, you don't see upperclassmen go in the lottery very often, so I'm not banking on it with him. And you also have to remember Nick Clifford is probably a guy that goes before him in terms of upperclassmen. So to me, I got him falling to us. I don't think Washington needs him. Minnesota could be looking.
San at 14 is a problem.
It's a problem, but they have guys like Carter Bryant. They have Noah Sengue who they could be going with. There's options. So
I'll settle for Noah. Give me that.
So yeah, Fleming at 19, and then at 36, I have Drake Powell from UNC. If you guys don't know the name, I'm sorry, but
Oh, I love Drake Powell.
yeah.
Oh, you serious?
He had a
he
43-inch vert, bro.
he was supposed to be a lottery pick this year and had a rough time at UNC, but he is a very high caliber defender. Very
He
good
got
floor
benched for
spacer.
no reason.
Yeah,
Come on.
UNC didn't treat him too well. So still an incredibly high upside pick, especially if you can land him at 36. I don't see him as a first round pick, so 36 seems to be a really good range for him. So yeah, that's the draft. If you want to move on, feel free.
I love this one. I love this one. All
How
right.
tall is he?
Yeah, hold
How
on.
tall was
Hold
he?
on. One thing.
I think Powell's 6'6".
Powell.
6'6". Yeah.
Hold on. What's the one thing? Ice, go ahead.
Drake Powell I heard today that he got a promise that a team will pick him up. I don't know if it's in the first round. They mentioned the Brooklyn Nets and the Wizards could be a team that gave him a promise already. I wanted to know if Dylan heard
That would make a
about
ton
that.
of sense, Drake. Listen, the 4 guys that I had us draft in this mock draft are all guys that fit Jordy Fernandez. Fears has the aggressiveness offensively. He has upside as a playmaker. He's a microwave scorer that can heat up at any time. He takes over games. Very
One
good
of the
player.
Nets guys interviewed Jeremiah Fears today, and he said he got worked out with the Nets. So he was like, it was good, something like that. So
Yeah,
it was
he's
like,
I heard he said I it's not a bad idea playing in Brooklyn. I like New York a little bit. The fuck
Yeah.
does that mean? I like New York.
You can't flat out say where you want to play.
The fuck?
You know?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm saying, you said a little bit. You said I like New York a little bit.
He's been working out in New York City for the past month and a half.
Yeah, he been at Brooklyn Gym for the past freaking few weeks.
But yeah, so as you can see here, I
You
have
know what I'm
free
saying?
agency.
You know what I mean?
no, he's right though. He's right.
As you can see
You know,
here, I
Dread
have-
Man, know. You know what I mean?
He's a sound guy.
Hold on.
Hold on, let Dylan finish.
As you can see, I got free agency. On the left is guys that we're bringing back. On the right is new guys that we're bringing in, whether that's through free agency or through the trade market. I have Cam Thomas coming back, making about $23 million a year, roughly. Day'Ron Sharp coming back.
I'll do backflips if that shit happens.
Yeah, Sharp
Yo,
making
bro,
$12
this shit
million
happens,
roughly a
bro.
year. Keon Johnson accepting his team option, and then bringing back D'Lo. I don't agree with bringing back D'Lo, but I spoke with Scoop Robinson 2 days ago on our podcast, and he said there is a very likely chance they already have a mutual agreement on coming back on a short-term deal. So if so, I have him making about $12 million a year as well.
I heard Day'Ron coming back. I didn't heard about D'Lo.
Yeah, D'Lo, they say they have a mutual agreement. He's more than likely not coming back, depending on what happens.
I heard we trading like Knicks or Rockets speak to Golden State so they can, what's his name, get Ryan Colbrander before Boston Celtics.
Yeah, no, that could very much so make sense. With, I mean, like I said, I have us trading 26 to Portland. That could be about 10 other different teams that could trade up for that pick and give us a future pick. So that was just a throw-in.
Yeah,
trade.
that's
It doesn't really matter.
Golden State giving us what's his name, 2027 or 2026, like pick swap, something
Yeah,
like that.
it would likely be a protected first, though, because you don't give up an unprotected first for a late first-round pick. That usually doesn't happen. So it would probably be protected. But I do agree Golden State could definitely be in play for that.
Wait, Dylan, are we helping the other teams, man? That's crazy. They should help us. We don't want. I don't want to help no
getting a
team,
future
yo.
pick helps because realistically you can't bring in.
I'd rather keep Ryan Colbrander to myself, but if that,
yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not high on upperclassmen. The only guys that I like this year that are upperclassmen is Fleming and Ado Thiaro. Those are the only two that I would draft that are upperclassmen. Everybody else.
So hold on. Time out. So hold on. Time out. Dylan, so what does starting lineup look like next season if it happened the way you want a free agency?
Wait till the last slide. I got. Don't you worry. I got everything covered.
But wait, there's more.
I'm kind of disappointed in Dylan because there's no Diego Damon over there. Like I agree with you.
Get to the last slide, bro.
Bro, if this shit happens, bro.
Just real quick, bro. I agree with the list. It's just Naz Reid. I'm just stuck on Naz Reid. How do you see us getting Naz Reid?
Again, if he declines his player option, there's not many teams that have cap space. He has New Jersey links. There's been rumors in the past of us wanting to trade for him before he signed his contract extension 2 years ago. I think that's something that gets revisited, especially if he hits unrestricted free agency. And especially if you trade Nick Claxton, now you're looking for a guy who could be a bruiser and floor spacer down low. So it makes sense.
Well, yeah, because
all these moves are connected. All these moves are connected.
All these moves connected, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Listen.
Next page, bro. I got everything you said.
I'm an employed loser, man. I got to spend all day when I'm not working on this shit. I don't bullshit. So yeah, like you can see here.
I got you, Dylan. Get to the fucking next page, bro.
Stop fucking crying, man. Shut up. Stop crying. Stop it.
I'm not crying, bro. Get to the next page. I heard what you said, bro. Get to the next
Don't make
page.
me come over there and give you a hug, bro. Shut up. Be happy.
I don't need no hug, bro. I am happy. Get to the next page. Move. Get this shit over.
So as you can see here, I
Oh, this
brought
shit
back
is
those
funny.
guys on
Jason
the
the
left.
Thug, your
And then I have
only
us bringing in
hug.
Jonathan Kuminga and Nas Reed on multi-year deals.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we
So
get
yeah, you
Jonathan
can move on to the
Kuminga
next slide. The Peas leaf, make him happy.
and Nas Reed,
Breezy good?
Breeze, that's your cue, bro.
good
Did he
is
say the
Nas Reed,
peas
really?
leaf? We not here peas and leaf. You think I'm you talking about peas and leaf? That's a leaf of peas?
Whoa.
So I couldn't figure out
Peas is
exactly how to
crazy.
trim the roster down to 15. At the end of this, the roster is down to 17, so 2 guys are going to have to get moved out. But one that I see definitely getting bought out is Gabe Vincent. There's just no need for him on the team if you have D'Lo and Jeremiah Fears and Keon Johnson. So to me, he can be the first one to get bought out before the season begins. You can move on to the next slide. I really don't think I need to explain that one anymore.
Nigga went from a final run with Miami to a buyout.
He got that bag though. He got that bag.
And like I said
And we
earlier,
put that roster we're making playing with Georgie Fernandez. Fuck out of here. No.
and like I said earlier, 160.7 million for the total roster keeps you under the first and second apron, keeps you with financial flexibility long term. Again,
What's the salary cap this year? What's the salary cap?
that would be if you totaled all 17 contracts that I have at the end of this, that's what it comes out to.
But, I see that, but what's the salary cap on that on this?
I don't know the exact salary cap.
The salary cap might be 200.
I think it's like
No,
105, maybe.
paraphrasing.
Wait, so Dylan, question. Let's say we make all these moves, hypothetically. 2026,
178.7.
we know 2026 is like a stacked free agency. Do we still have some cap left to sign one of those dudes if we decide to go after them in 2026?
So realistically, what I would have done is, and I didn't add it in there, but I would have made D'Lo's contract a team option, meaning that you can opt out of it after this year to free up the money. I would do the same thing with Aaron. Gabe Vincent is an $11.5 million expiring contract, so you'll get that during the offseason. And then you would also be getting the money from Maxi Kleber, which is $11 million. So if you do the math, I think I brought back Sharp on a $12 million deal, D'Lo on a $12 to $14 million deal, so
Right.
roughly 26.
Dylan pretty much kicking everything to the free agency, kicking can to the free agency.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yo,
yo,
kick Sean Marks out of office, man.
So realistically, based on
Well, yeah,
based
but
on the-
LM, you don't like none of this?
No, I'm talking about get Sean Marks out of office with Dylan in there. So at this point,
realistically,
hell no.
if you do the math on some of these, then that should be walking into
Some
next
of us
season.
up in here that work for the Nets for free, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
if you do the math on this, you should have roughly 40 to 50 million in cap space next year.
You better put a name
So,
on that.
so basically, you saying that you don't think we tanking with this type of roster, basically?
No, this
There's
team
no
to
way-
me is a 10
No,
through 12
this team
seed.
tanking.
10 through 12 seed.
this shit
Because
better
you
be a
also-
playing team at
there's
least.
a 10 through 12 seed?
Hold on.
This
'cause-
better be a playing team.
Hold on, because again, you have to remember
Look like a playing team to me.
Toronto's going to be better next year. Philly is going to be better next year. That's already 2 teams that are going to be higher than us. Detroit is a playoff team. Orlando is a playoff team.
I'm not sold on Philly.
Atlanta,
I'm not sold on
if they keep
Toronto,
Trae
bro.
Young, Atlanta, if they keep Trae Young, and depending on who they draft, they will likely
Listen,
be ahead.
I think Atlanta.
It's very
Hold on.
difficult to say that this is a solidified play-in team based
Hold
on.
on,
You think Boston is tanking next year?
Dude,
No.
Boston should be good next year.
I'm telling you
Hold
right now,
on, hold on,
Boston
hold
will
on,
finish
hold
as
on,
the
hold
8th
on,
seed,
yeah.
and they somehow will get the #1 pick next year. I'll call it now. I already tweeted it.
Hold on, hold on,
If we get AJ,
I'll speak that in existence.
They'll fucking
slow
break
down,
it.
slow
I'm
down.
speaking it into existence too. Yeah, I'm with it.
Don't do this, bro. Don't do this, bro.
Nah, we doing it. Nah.
Nah,
We're
we doing
I'm
that.
with you.
No,
Toronto.
we doing
this,
that.
bro. Y'all
Yes,
just
we
saw
are.
this- Y'all just saw this shit, bro. Y'all
if
just
we
saw
get
this shit.
AJ, bro,
This is
Why-
why we
why-
trying to
why
get a
we doing
competing
that?
roster.
Bro,
So-
y'all
Why
just
not?
saw this shit, bro.
We ain't doing it for us.
So
Bro.
real quick. Usman Dieng and
You have-
Maxwell Lewis are the last 2 guys on the roster on the bottom. Those are probably the 2 guys that you could potentially buy out or release before the season begins to drop the roster to 15. Maxwell Lewis is on a non-guaranteed deal, and Dieng's on an expiring contract. So again, if you do the math between Dieng, Kenrich Williams, who you can move next offseason to free up that money, Kleber's expiring contract.
I'm
and then
looking at about 68 mil.
Yeah,
right there.
You're looking at
Aaron our starter. Yeah, that's definitely a
depending,
tanking team.
depending on the team.
And we under what's his name? Luxury tag. And
you're
all
under
of a
first
sudden,
and second
and
team, you're
we
under luxury tag.
just kicking the can, and we wheeling and dealing in free agency because Gabe Vincent and all them other stuff. Like there's a lot of movable contracts out there.
Definitely.
Really.
Yeah.
This should a playing team, y'all. This should look like a tanking roster.
It is.
Wait, hold up. This look like a tanker roster to you?
No,
Yeah,
I can't agree with
In
that.
the East?
I can't agree with tanking because you also have to
In the East?
all this roster.
This shit is tops. What do you think? What spot are we getting with this roster?
I see 30 wins, 30 to 35 wins.
30 wins?
Hold on, let me.
That's how we're probably gonna win number one pick.
Let me bring some logic here. Hold on.
No, I think we're right there, 26 again.
I think at best we the 10th seed.
Let me bring some logic real quick. You have to remember that this is a very youthful roster. Youth does not tend to win a lot of games. So is it a tanking roster? No. Is it a guaranteed play-in roster? No. Kuminga, you don't know what you're getting with him.
Exactly, we're middle of the pack, like I said, six seed again, something like that.
No, this
Stop playing. You know what you're getting from him. You know what you're getting from him.
This is
You
not.
know exactly what you get from
Yo,
Kuminga.
bro,
Stop
I
it.
just don't want D'Lo, bro.
Let him finish.
Just go with the rookies.
The floor of this
lose
team
like
could be a 12 seed. The
70
ceiling could be
games.
like an 8 seed. That's how I would see it.
Ooh, an 8 seed.
So a 12 through 8 seed.
Like
Yeah,
I would
for
say 8 to 12.
bro.
If we
I
got
love
8
life.
seeds, some shit been happening that season, boy.
But yeah, I mean,
We at
there's no
AC.
other-
That means some teams fell apart, bro. That means Boston and Milwaukee fell apart.
And we outperformed a lot of
I
teams.
don't think Boston taking next. I
We
think
just
with
see
Jalen Brown and them, they
Philadelphia
still
fell
a good
apart,
team.
and we thought they're gonna win 50 games.
I don't
Same
see
thing with New
y'all
Orleans.
counting them out without Tatum, but they
Well,
just won without Tatum
the
tonight.
only thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think they still a good team next year without Tatum.
They're not gonna have the same. This roster that they got right now is gonna be like this roster is not gonna exist next year.
The thing
Oh,
is,
yeah, you did say that.
KP's not
Jalen
gonna
Brown
be there.
does likely get hurt because he does every year. So they may not be purposely out there tanking, but Boston's probably going to be in that similar position to Miami this year, where they're like a 7-8 seed and they could get bounced out early and get a lottery pick.
I can see Miami tanking because they
all
about
know
to
if
shed some
Boston gets a
salary.
lottery pick, they'll get a top 3 pick. So that's
Exactly.
all I'm saying.
Who, Boston?
Yeah.
So
wait,
you got
Boston
that's
they
probably-
might go for top 3 picks?
No. I'm
Right.
saying that Jalen Brown tends to get hurt every year. If Jalen Brown goes down and Tatum's out for the year, which he is, you're now looking at a
Right.
team that's likely going to be similar to Miami this past year, which was a 7-8 seed and who lost both playing
Exactly.
games and was a borderline lottery team, if not lottery team. What I'm saying is, if the Celtics get into the lottery, I will guarantee you right now somehow they find a way to get a top 3 pick, whether
So
they
who-
are the
so who
14th
gets-
pick.
so, all right, these are the hold up. These are the teams. I'm
It makes sense for them. I mean, AJ the Boston was born in Boston.
I'm co-signing all that shit that Dylan just said, but nah. Oh, listen, so you got Boston that's probably gonna go down. That go down in the standings. You got Milwaukee. That's
Washington is losing. Washington is losing.
Miami.
Plumbing in the
Toronto's going to be
stands.
better.
You got my
Toronto's going to be better.
Toronto
Philly's
could
gonna
be
better.
Toronto could be better. Philly
They're
could be
100%
better.
gonna be better.
Oh, all right, fine. Atlanta, they probably still gonna be mid, depending on what they look like. I don't know.
They're a 500
Atlanta's
team
still
every
gonna be
year.
in the plan. We already know that.
Nah, Miami
Okay.
gonna fall. Miami and
I think Miami
Atlanta gonna
taking. I ain't
fall.
gonna hold you.
You can't rule
Miami's
out
gonna be
Miami
bad
yet.
next season, bro.
You can't rule
So
out Miami yet
I'm looking
until
at the teams
Tatum's
that's gonna
out,
be
KD.
completely out. It's Charlotte and Washington is not competing.
No, Charlotte's
I wouldn't
confusing me,
I was
bro.
gonna say I wouldn't even rule out Charlotte as a potential team that could just slightly edge out this team.
They
Yeah.
stay injured, Dylan, bro. Hold on, you talking about injuries? Some motherfuckers stay injured.
Let's talk about injuries. Cam Thomas missed 3/4 of the season this year. What happened? If he goes
Hornets
down?
should never.
We know why
exist.
that was, bro.
Should never exist. Hornets.
No excuse.
Nah,
Nigga,
but
Philly
Charlotte
should have.
making the
Philly
plan,
should have
bro.
never been.
Bro,
Philly
that
should have
was
never
the
been
whole
down
game.
there either.
New Orleans shouldn't be down
hold
there
up.
either.
Bro, Philly's
Jackson,
got injured.
Jackson,
That's why I'm
Jackson,
saying it's
bro.
gonna be
Just
New
to let you
Orleans
know,
definitely should have been.
the
Should never
Celtics
be
are
down there.
breaking up that roster, bro. They don't want to be over the aprons no more.
Oh yeah, yo,
Yeah.
KP's contract is too.
They look
That's just
good
They
crazy.
might shit. Yo, listen, don't be surprised if Jalen Brown is going by this time next year.
See, hold on.
Don't be surprised.
Yo,
Breezy, can you pull up Player One's most recent contract about overpaying guys? Because this is again where I love to just kind of break it down for you guys and tell you that I am more knowledgeable than 99% of you. The cap space is going up. The cap space is going up an extra 10 to 20 million every year for the next 3 years. So before you say it's an overpay, a $23 million contract this year is going to look like a $14 million contract in 2 years.
Exactly. 14% of the cap, right? So you go.
Thank you. Case closed. Again, if you want to comment stupid shit, at least bring facts to it. I can debunk every single one of
I
you
said
all day
if you said Cam Thomas gonna take 23 mil, I said I'll do backflips, because if he gonna accept it, this is like why we ain't signed him? Why we ain't signed him?
Nah,
hell
yo,
yeah.
Nets don't care.
It might $25 million a year, bro, is gonna look like pennies on a dollar, bro. Like by the time the new contracts arrive.
Let me say one last thing before I hop off. Thomas has no control over his free agency this year. He missed 3/4 of the season. He showed no forms of being an actual player.
He can pick up his player option and go in free agency next year. Your point.
Well, no.
And he will be unrestricted free agent next year. Your point.
He's a restricted free agent. If we offer him a contract,
he will pick up his player option this year, and he will go and he will be unrestricted free agent next year.
Bro, what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He don't have a player option.
He don't have to sign contract this year.
Okay, so
that's the whole point about it. 23 mil. If he say, listen, I think I'm better than that, he will go in free agency next year.
And this year on a qualifying offer, who gives a shit? It helps us. Who cares? Thomas isn't a long-term
he's gone
in this team. I hate to break it to you guys.
Thomas is the first. I disagree with that.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Are you sure?
I'm
surprised you disagree, Breeze.
You want to get this nigga active? Say something about Cam Thomas, bro.
I just said it. The fact at the end of the day is that whether Thomas accepts the deal or he doesn't, and he bets on himself, he is the first player that will be included in a trade. That's how that works. He's a
so he's out of here. Like I said, he's out of here then.
Okay, who cares? That doesn't hurt us.
Oh well,
bye.
Again,
I know someone who cares.
Listen. What I was saying.
I want Cam Thomas.
Hold on. Listen. What I'm saying is that before all of that, Dylan. Before all of that, we still gotta see whoever we draft play next to Cam Thomas, and a lot of this is going to change the tone.
Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears.
So what if they got Fears? What if they got Fears? So what if they got Fears and they like, all right, Cam, you want to test yourself out far? We got our guy right here.
Whoever they drafted 8 is already more valuable to this team's future than Cam Thomas is. That's just a fact.
So you saying, wait, if we get Queen at 8, you saying he's more valuable to the team than Cam Thomas?
Oh shit!
What pick was Cam Thomas? Okay, so
I got nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does.
I got everything to do with it.
What pick was Jalen Bumson? Y'all keep praising.
Right, exactly.
Nigga ain't show up tonight.
Draft
don't have nothing to do with our situation.
I just want to finish my soliloquy without being 10v1.
All right, I'll respond after.
Listen, what I'm saying is this. Cam T was posted. The narrative from Nets fans was we got to get a player better than Cam Thomas, and a lot of Nets fans banked on a top 3 pick. Realistically, we getting the 8th pick. If y'all think that the 8th pick is going to come in the Brooklyn Nets and be more important on the scoring side of the ball, y'all could talk all that. Oh, we need a player to do other things besides score the ball.
Compare the rookie years.
If it's Jeremiah Fears, then he is. Yes.
Can I finish my soliloquy? I'll finish my soliloquy.
Let me respond after.
All right, like I gotta ask for permission. Listen, at the end of the day, they're not going to put that weight on a rookie shoulder, especially if they're not top 3 pick. 9 times out of 10, like LM was saying, you're not going to get an 8th pick and just give him the keys to the franchise.
Good baby.
When they was talking about the guy's going to be the face of the franchise, they was talking about Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, or Ace Bailey. They wasn't talking about the 8th pick. So regardless of Cam Thomas being the 27th pick, he showed that he could score with the top of his draft class 1, 2, 3 pick. He could score with Cade Cunningham. I ain't saying he could pass, facilitate, and all of that extra stuff like him, but he could score with him, and he a top 1 pick. He could score with Jalen Green. That's proven. And whoever the 3rd pick is, he could score with him too.
Breeze, can I ask you a quick question?
Watch Jeremiah Fears come in and be flashy, and he got kicked out, man.
Hold on. Who? Can you tell me how much the top 3 picks this year averaged?
So we're talking about
8,
Zach,
20,
Alex.
Dylan 19, and what's his name? Cooper 23.
They ain't average more than Cam Thomas average.
Hold on.
Cooper what? 22, 23?
No, Cooper averaged on the entire season 19 points. Harper averaged roughly 18 to 19 points, and Ace averaged roughly 18 to 19 points. Can you tell me how much Jeremiah Fears averaged this year?
17.
He averaged 18. Okay, so the point is that he kept up with the top of his players in this class in terms of scoring.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about this draft.
But to Breezy point is what's his name? Cam Thomas averaged over like 24 points in college.
He averaged 25 or 26.
My nigga Trae Young averaged 27 at Oklahoma.
Like, right, but we talk about Cam Thomas right now.
At the end of the day,
right? But hold on. But what we saying is, 17 averaging 23 in college. Like Tatum averaged 17. He's one of the league leaders in scoring every year.
Well,
like it doesn't mean. What you mean? He's been doing that since he got drafted.
Bro, scoring
averaged 24. Yeah, like it don't got nothing to do with anything.
At the end of the
college
day,
basketball and NBA is 2 different games.
Yeah, y'all want Cam Thomas to be obsolete. He not, bro. He should be an instrumental player to this roster.
I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him leaving. I'm just saying. I think he should stay
in 2018 when we got D'Lo.
Yeah, I don't want Cam to leave either.
All he was here for is to help get this team through the rebuild until they can get stars. That's exactly what Cam Thomas is again. I hate to break it to you guys. That's just the truth. He is the first expandable piece. That's how that works. When you have a guy,
you say he's D'Lo in 2019.
When you have a guy who is this young, who has,
I hate to agree with Dylan, but he probably right.
That's a fact.
I like
trade package for Cam.
How the hell is it to be a fact?
I like Cam Thomas.
He probably right. Can't even be a fact.
Opinion.
He's probably right.
He probably right.
Okay.
Hold on. If he's saying he probably right, that means down the line, bro.
If he probably right, that's not a fact.
He's right.
Though. Say he probably right.
Two things real quick, and I'll let you guys go on. 2 things. One, Thomas isn't getting traded this year. He's coming back. Nobody's saying that. I'm saying that Thomas is the key piece to a trade down the line, whether that's at the end of the season
I agree
or
with
at
that.
the deadline the
I agree with that.
That's one. It doesn't matter.
We're about to find out.
It do matter.
Whoever it do matter. Whoever's available.
No. Listen. No,
Yo, Breezy, watch he gonna get Jalen Green type contract, and he gonna get kicked out of this team. I swear to God.
ARSL. What I'm saying is, anytime y'all come out with these scenarios, I always ask y'all who, and y'all say it don't matter who. That's bullshit. If you get somebody,
no, we're not saying that it doesn't matter who. We're saying
he's saying down the line, Breeze.
You can't predict who's available. Anthony Edwards could be available in 2 years.
Down the line
if you're telling me you'd keep Cam Thomas over Anthony Edwards,
you don't like. Of course, you don't like looking into the future, bro.
You see this is the part that I'll be saying, Dylan. That's the
if SGA is available, you gonna say no, nigga? What's
Yo, why can't y'all let him finish
my soliloquy? Exactly, bro.
What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga?
Listen, y'all niggas don't think for me, bro. Stop talking like you know what I'm gonna finish saying. You don't know what I'm gonna say. Stop. You don't talk for me. You don't think for me, bro. Let me finish my soliloquy, and then you can rebuttal. I don't care what you say. But you don't speak for me. You speak for you.
Go ahead, bro. Like, come on, man. You want me so much, bro. Go.
Stop. You didn't get this time.
You smell like 5 minutes on me, bro.
Now, Breezy and Leaf got the love and hate thing.
Listen, no. Y'all not listening. Y'all trying to take it away from basketball. I'm saying it's bullshit. I'm calling the bluff from Dylan and Leaf, saying it ain't a realistic trade to trade Anthony Edwards for Cam Thomas or SGA for Cam Thomas. Stop with your bullshit scenarios about trading
maybe
Cam
y'all
Thomas.
cousins.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me
So
finish.
let him finish. Let him finish. Let him
hold
finish.
on. John Morant is available,
Let him
and
finish.
Matthew
Let him
Stafford.
finish.
Let me finish, bro. Until there's a realistic trade scenario with Cam Thomas, I'm gonna always go at whoever come with a trade scenario about down the line or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's not a realistic situation. And until
Very much
it
so.
is, show me.
John Morant is not the realistic situation.
Show me. Show me.
Now
After he had that,
wait.
Breezy kind of got a point. I ain't gonna hold you.
No. The problem is that he doesn't have a point. I'll rebuttal this right
yes,
now.
I do.
No, you
yes,
don't.
let Dylan
Because
go.
nobody's Breeze.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Nobody is saying there is a specific player for a specific
Exactly.
package at some point in time. All we're saying is that if you look at the current roster and when you look at what the Nets are trying to do long term, Cam Thomas is the first person that you have to include in a package to hold any value for a star. That is
Alongside
a
Cam
Which
Johnson,
stars
right?
ever did for this team?
That is a
Y'all hope,
simplistic fact.
yo, bro, y'all, what they did for this team, bro? What did it besides Kid?
What did who do for the team?
Free agents.
All right.
What did who do for the team?
In the Nets,
Jason Kidd.
what Dylan's saying, right? When you look at
Besides
who's
Kidd.
getting paid, who's up to get paid?
Jason
Cam,
Kidd,
right?
Vince
Cam
Carter.
Johnson, Nick
Like,
Claxton,
come
the
on.
three that got paid, right?
You talking about?
I'm talking
So
about 20 years ago, man.
yeah, but
I'm really wondering how it's
Yo, the
done
man
on
that
the
said
Dylan
that-
side.
hold
That's
on,
the
Hold on, let
problem.
Ice finish. Let Ice finish.
Hold on.
My
There's
fault.
three people that got paid on it. That's paid on this team. Cam looking to get paid. If he gets paid, right, a decent contract. Cam Johnson has a decent contract. Claxton has a decent contract. And I'm just saying, if what Dylan's saying, like maybe 2026, 27, somebody comes available, and these guys are paid, and you got a max contract,
Exactly.
somebody has to go.
That's all we're saying.
Exactly.
We're not saying
That's
that
all they was saying,
we're not saying
Breeze.
that
That's
we
a
want-
good. That's a good point. That's a good point.
We're not
That's a
saying
good point.
But no,
we're
but
not
boy,
saying
y'all
that we
be
want
asking
Cam
him to
Thomas.
walk the
He said,
plank
but
so
no.
fast. Listen, listen.
We're not
At the end
asking
of
him to
the
walk
day,
the plank so fast. He's been in the
listen.
league for 5 years, and he hasn't
Listen,
fucking
bro.
taken the star leap.
Bruh, all right. We're not gonna pretend like we don't know why that happened. We're not gonna
There's
pretend
no
like we don't know that Josh
excuse. There's no
Vaughn is
excuse.
the reason for
There's
that,
no
and Steve
excuse.
Nash is the
He
reason
met
for that.
the
But listen,
fact
hold on, let me
that
finish.
he
Let me
was
finish
here
making my
and he
talking
was a
point.
star
If he
by
had the
the
same
report.
opportunity as Jalen Green, say hypothetically, he ain't gotta be pick number 2.
He's
But if
already
he
at the
had
level of
same,
Jalen Green. Jalen
bro,
Green's
if
not
he
a
had
star.
the same minutes and shot attempts as Jalen Green starting from when he was a rookie now, y'all wouldn't be talking that same shit. He was
Everybody don't
stifled.
have the same
Bro, he was
situation,
stifled
Breeze.
after
It's just
getting
about
3
the
40-point
bro.
games in a
Team and
row. Jalen
finance.
Green ain't
Jalen Green's not a star.
Cunningham ain't never did no shit
Everybody
like that.
is a
Cunningham is a
part of business
superstar.
in the
Stop it.
NBA, Breeze.
Bro, y'all be
Everybody.
y'all, I
Part of
never
business
said it,
in
bro.
the
I never
NBA.
said he was a superstar.
Cade is a
Dylan, I never
superstar.
said he was a superstar.
No, I'm
All
saying
I
Cade
said
is a
was
superstar. You
all-
can't say that he hasn't scored 3 40-point games. 40-point games don't.
I just did
don't
say
always
that.
win you
That's
games.
what you
That
mean?
doesn't mean
It's all
anything.
about buckets,
Cade
right?
Cunningham
Bro,
just
but
led the
listen.
fucking Detroit Pistons to a playoff berth by
Bro,
himself.
it
Cam
wasn't
Thomas
just
is putting
him,
up
bro.
40-point games. It doesn't matter. He's not
Yes, it
winning
do.
games.
Yes,
No,
it
it's not.
do.
Points
Bro,
are an empty
and-
stat until you
bro,
get the win on the
listen,
column.
At the end
That's
of
a
the
fact.
day, all of the players that y'all talk about that could come here and do this and do that, I don't know why y'all put so much stock in free agency when we put the stock in free
That's
agency.
the only thing we've been eating off of.
Breeze.
That's
Bro,
why.
Every
Bruh.
hold on.
You just seen you hold on. You just seen how the draft turned out, bro.
I never finished the soliloquy for one. For two,
hold on,
what,
please.
hold on. Let me say this. For one, I can't finish the soliloquy. For two, at the end of the day, all I'm trying to explain to you is this. Y'all want to put him in a trade package so fast, but when it comes down to needing a bucket, he was the best scorer in the league in the fourth quarter. They got a whole stack called the clutch.
Okay, and how many games did
You
that
I
translate into
swear,
wins?
y'all ungrateful,
How many
bro.
of those games translated into
What
wins?
were
Yeah, ungrateful, man. Ungrateful, man.
You
How
got
many of those games?
yo, Breezy, what you gonna do? Your boy Cam Thomas get traded though. What you gonna do, Breezy?
What you
When
mean?
they
What
get
I'm
rid
gonna
of
do?
him?
I don't think that's going to happen right now.
You don't
It's
think
not
so?
happening right now.
You
It's
never
not
know,
happening right
man.
now. Nobody's saying
I'm not
It's not
entertaining
happening.
that.
We're not saying it's happening right now.
I'm not
Nobody's saying
entertaining it.
that.
Hold
I'm not
on.
entertaining it.
Hold on.
Breezy
Hold
gonna
on,
be
Breeze.
sad as
What
fuck.
team doesn't go through
I'm not
free agency
entertaining
play?
it.
What team in the NBA does not go through free agency or trade for players?
Washington.
So he want to be Washington.
That's about it.
They even
You want to be Washington.
Even they trade though.
You want to be. You want to be Washington.
Yeah.
You want to be Charlotte.
I'm just.
You want to be the Chocolate City.
Why y'all want to trade the best scorer on the team? I don't. It don't make sense.
No, because damn, bro, like
because the best scorer on the team isn't even a top 20 scorer.
NBA really, you know what I'm saying? If you're a nice player, you don't get
Yes, he
traded.
was.
Like everybody don't stay on these
What is
teams,
the
bro.
best scorer on the best scorer on the team doing for us, bro?
Ask that question again, Ice.
How's everybody
What
doing?
was it?
Pretty good, man.
What was your question?
You gotta be a two-way player, Leaf. You gotta be a two-way player to win.
You have to
What's
have
all
two
the what's all the hostility about it here?
stars to be able to be competitive. That is a fact.
Reese, could you tell us, man, for the last time, what is Cam Thomas being the best scorer on the team doing for us, please?
Best scorer is a bit hyperbolic. He's not very efficient at this point in his career. I heard y'all talking about Kuminga. Man, we need a lot.
We need a lot. A lot.
Yo,
Too much. We need too much.
Way to sum it up, Big Priest. We need a lot.
Go ahead, Priest.
I don't want to sit here and pile on CT because he's a young player.
He's
he
got
doesn't
potential.
Not
Some
that young
players
anymore.
can't reach the potential on
He
certain
about
teams.
to get a bag, bro. He about to get 3 years, 70 mil.
I don't think he's worth no big time contract. I don't.
No, 23 million at most. That's
Bro,
what I've heard.
He not gonna get a. He not
If
gonna get
he
a best
worth
contract.
23 mil, you keep him.
He asking for Jordan Poole though. He asking for the Jordan Poole.
Is he like 26 years old? Almost
I
like
don't think
26
he's
years
Jordan
old.
Poole making 35 or something like that.
He's not
30.
that young, man. I don't know.
He'll be 24. He'll be 24 next season, bro. Like, listen,
I mean,
he
but,
asked
you know,
for three.
that's probably that's
We
the
gonna give
ceiling.
him.
That's
Hold
the
on,
ceiling
Dylan.
right here.
You don't think he's gonna ask for 30 mil?
No,
probably his
he has.
ceiling, right?
He
I don't
has.
think he's
He,
worth
hold on,
that,
hold on. He has no say in his free agency. He is restricted. He has had a minimal role on any form of valuable winning team. He was hurt this year. He has no say.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
is
true.
already.
That's true.
Everybody is already.
Dylan, I hate to break you down this, but the whole thing about it, we player-friendly team. We sent every player to team they desired, unless we're talking Kyrie Irving, and we gave every player their contract they want. We're talking about Cam Johnson. We're talking Mikhail. We're talking about Nick Claxton.
Oh
We're
my
probably
God.
talking. We're
That's not
probably
true
talking
because, see,
Cam Thomas.
Cam Johnson could have got more on the open market if you go back
That's
to that.
disgusting.
No,
Man,
That-
Killer
no,
getting paid, man.
that's a
Killer
lie.
getting paid.
That's a lie
Nasty as
because
work, yeah.
Detroit wanted Cam
How's that
Johnson,
nasty?
and they
Yo, Cam
backed off
Johnson,
once
yo,
we
more money.
overbid him. No,
Wow.
please, that's a lie. No, I'm not. I got the
Wow.
facts for that.
How much y'all talking about? 30 million a year for Cam
No,
Johnson?
Cam
I don't
Johnson
know.
Cam Johnson
It's
was
not
about to
worth
get
it in the NBA
70,
no more.
78, 80
I don't
mil,
think Cam
and we
gonna pass
gave
up
him
30
100.
mil.
Fucking $30 million for Cam.
I don't think he's gonna
Johnson.
pass up 30 mil though.
I didn't say 30 mil. I said he could have got more on the open market.
No, I'm talking about Cam Thomas, please.
But isn't he making like 25, 26 right now?
20 and a half.
No,
this
this
year.
year he's making 20. Yeah.
But
Oh,
Dylan is
Cam
right.
Johnson
Due
is
to
up
him
to
being
date making
injured, he really
25
doesn't
mil.
have a say so.
Oh,
He doesn't
He
have a
got
say
a
so
whole bunch
at
of
all.
changes
Don't have
in
a
his
say so, bro,
contract.
at all.
He doesn't have a say. It's the same exact scenario when Nick Claxton hit restricted free agency and we brought him back on a 2-year cheap deal because he bet on himself. That is the same exact fucking
Right,
scenario.
we gave him 2 years, 20 mil.
Okay,
Right,
that's-
and we said, prove it. Can you stay healthy? He stayed healthy, and we
Exactly.
gave him 100 mil over 4 years.
Okay. And Cam Thomas may not be on the team in 2 years, so his contract won't be there. Oh well.
That's the problem with the Breezy right now. So yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Dylan. I think Cam Thomas is shipped out in a minute. Unless he getting 23 mil. If he gets 23 mil, he's staying in with
What
the
other
Nets.
team is going to offer him a contract? Though?
Nobody,
Like,
because
he will
nobody
have
has
no
cap
choice.
Not this year. Not this
Nobody-
year. The
nobody has
next
cap
I
year.
was trying to say, his
Nobody has
value
cap
around the
space.
league is not as high as it is with the fan base of Brooklyn.
Matter of fact, this year, Detroit Pistons can offer him that contract.
I don't know. I feel like because the defense is.
I'll
I mean, they got Ivy. They don't need Cam Thomas.
Offer a contract doesn't mean
he's always going to be replaceable.
They need a bench, so they don't have no money on the bench, bro. Like they got they actually
as of right now, 30 mil. Detroit. They can spend that money.
Hardaway and Tobias Harris is on player ops, bro, so they can opt out. So like that's
not
not
saying they
helpful.
will.
That hold on. No.
The Pistons.
I mean,
Detroit.
Cam Thomas on the bench for
whether they have
Detroit
the
would
money
be
or
fine.
not, it doesn't
Tobias
fit the system
Harris
that
is
they got.
guaranteed 26.6 mil. Stop
Yeah,
it.
he's not on
And
a
Tim
player.
Hardaway Jr. is free agent.
Somebody's so that's what I meant. Tim Hardaway is a free agent, so that's what 12 mil coming off the books. However much that
They got 30 mil. They got 30 mil to spend.
But
So
Estelle,
Cam Thomas
you're not
can be
hearing me.
right there.
Estelle, you're
And
not hearing me.
who they got
It
as a
doesn't matter
GM?
if they have the cap space.
One of
Cam
our
Thomas is not a
ex.
fit for Detroit.
What's his
They're not
name?
going for him.
GMs. What's his
You
name?
talking about the
You talking about Troy
Trendon
Weaver?
Langford?
Is it
You
Troy
talking about
Langford?
Trendon Langford?
You talking about Troy Weaver?
The guy who drafted
Nah.
Cam Thomas in Detroit right now.
No, I'm talking
He
about
sure is.
Isn't he with the Pelicans? Trendon
No, he's
Langford?
with
No, I
Charlotte.
think he was
Jeff
Charlotte.
He's with Charlotte. He's with Charlotte. He's with
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Jeff
He was
Peterson.
Charlotte.
Nah, Jeff Peterson wasn't there.
Yes,
It
he
was
was.
what's
He was
his
the
name?
assistant GM. Yes, he
Nah,
was.
it
Yes.
was what's his
Yes,
name?
he was.
The guy who
I
drafted
promise you, he was.
the guy who drafted Cam Thomas
Why are we debating it? Jeff
went
Peterson
Nah,
was the
went
Adar,
to
you're making a
New
mistake,
Orleans.
Adar.
He drafted Cam Thomas and he went to New Orleans after that.
Jeff
And after New
Peterson was
Orleans,
the
he got
assistant GM of the
Detroit.
Nets when
Yeah.
Cam Thomas was
Stop it.
drafted.
I know
He
that.
was the one that took him. It was Jeff Peterson.
Jeff
He was
Peterson
with Charlotte.
is with the
Yeah, it was Jeff
bro.
Peterson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
who the
looking
nigga
at
that
Yeah.
lost to the Pelicans?
Keep giving Jeff Peterson all the props, man. He drafted Day and he drafted what's his name? Cam Thomas.
I mean, shit, it
We'll
was
get
really Kevin Durant that drafted Cam Thomas anyway. I ain't giving none of them fuckers credit, bro. Like, listen, it is what it is. Look, all I know is that
do y'all seen the new scouting guy? He looks like a nerd. Some shit weird. I seen on YouTube that Brooklyn Nets shit, the scouting thing.
I ain't worried about the scout
thing. If we,
That weird.
I ain't watching one episode of that
we
crap.
do,
I
if we
ain't
do the
worried about no
Kuminga
scout,
thing,
bro. We got Ice is our
hold
scout,
on, Leaf.
bro. Like,
Hold on,
come
Leaf.
on.
Hold on, Leaf. If we do the Kuminga thing, like y'all,
Nah, for real, Leif. I don't know about that guy though. About the scouting.
Yo,
Let Priest
why
go.
you hate
Let
on
Priest,
you,
let
Leif?
Priest go.
Let Priest go.
Go ahead,
if
Priest.
we do the Kuminga thing, I think he would immediately be the best player on the team, highest ceiling.
Probably, I guess. I mean,
because
Kuminga would be the best player on the team.
Yes.
Nah, Priest, what we doing with Zaire Williams?
I think so.
Yeah, he ain't even finished.
Maybe not.
Yeah, he had the highest ceiling because the thing is just like I said yesterday. When you look at the tools, we don't have many players with his tool set. The athleticism, the speed, the quick twitch, the doggone jumping ability, the doggone strength in the paint, finishing
First
ability,
step,
all those things.
ability, all of that. Yeah. I give it some time.
Or maybe Jordan can unleash Jonathan. Maybe he can unleash him. Excuse me. Unleash. I say leash him. Whoa. Hey.
I mean, I think because we've seen it in his playoffs, he was locking up Ant. So
Yeah. No, he can play
he
defense
has
though.
defensive
He can play
ability.
defense though.
What happened today? What happened last night? I mean,
last night, he did a good job on Ant. Ant didn't have a great game offensively. Ant had a lot of assists.
You talking about
And
tonight?
chucking them
Last
shots
game,
up, boy.
it kind of went
You
crazy.
don't ever lock down a player like Priest you do. He
Yeah,
did a
if he locked down
He did a
Ant,
good job.
let me get Ant every night, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
He did a good job on it.
No, like what is like? What do y'all think the highest ceiling for Kuminga? What like 27 points a game? I don't know, man.
I give him 20. I give him 25, 7 and 5.
I
Something
won't
like
say
that.
a point number.
He refused 4 year, 150 mil. Guys, stop
I
it.
won't put a point number on it. I would put
SL, we already went over
all-star.
this. He refused a deal for a team that doesn't utilize him. He wants to play elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably though. But I'm saying, like, what's the ceiling though? Like, what 30 points? I don't.
No,
I can't see that.
not 30 points a game.
I don't base a
I don't
guy's
know
game
about all
off
the
of
numbers and
scoring.
all that
There's
stuff.
more to
I'm
the
not
game
sure
than
if you want to
all-star
believe he
in
want to
this
place elsewhere. I mean, that fact,
He
if you
refused
want
a
to believe that.
$150 million contract. You think he
But
wants to
then
do it?
Golden State can match that. That's what they gave him.
They
to.
Niggas
can't
believe in
because
Moody more than
he signed
Kuminga. That's
Jimmy
sad,
Butler.
yo.
They don't have the money
believe
to
in
bring back
Brandon
Kuminga.
Brzezinski more than Kuminga. Now that's sad.
They
I mean, sign Kuminga and go nuclear. Get rid of
I'm
Cam,
looking.
K, and fucking Nicholas, man. All them, and just go with Kuminga and Cam Thomas. You know
They were
what I'm
playing
saying?
Quentin Post, a rookie in the second round this past year, over Jonathan Kuminga.
160. Hold on, 164. Oh yeah, they can match it. Oh yeah, they can match it.
Jimmy Butler
Are you
just got
serious?
extended. They're over the second apron. They cannot match his deals.
No
depending
way.
on
Oh
what
no,
they
I'm
want to do
looking
with
at
it.
Jimmy
ain't got no money.
48.7 this
Dubs
year,
ain't got no money.
54.1 next year. Steph making
They'll have
59.6 next
they'll
year.
have the ability to
Buddy
match,
Hield
but I don't
making
know if
9
they
mil
will
next
make
year,
that
and
number
he
because
got
of
a
the
couple more
hard
years after that. Draymond got 25.8 next year, and
They
they
don't have
only
the
what?
money to bring back
They
Kuminga
want
if they want
64
to
mil.
build the rest
They
of the
not
roster.
even what's
It's
his name
very
in the
difficult.
luxury
That's what I was
tax.
saying.
It's
They'll
very
be
simple.
They don't have
able to
the
match
they
it.
don't have
They'll
the
be
money to
Yo,
able
bring
to
him
bro,
back.
match the
listen.
They don't
contract
have
if
any
they
Look.
want
more.
that.
The bottom line is, bro, we gotta pay somebody, bro. Like it is what it is, bro. Like the free agency
Somebody got to
demand,
get bread.
somebody got to get paid, bro. Like the CBA demands that, bro. That we go fill out the cap. We
But
gotta
the
spend
but the
what?
salary floor is 131 mil. We don't have to cross that.
Man, listen,
Can
F
we
all
just
of
sign
that, bro.
everybody
Like we
1
don't
year
have
and
to,
then
bro.
wait till
Like but
2027? Can we just sign everybody for 1 year, man?
That's what
everybody
we're
not
gonna
now.
do.
Just 1
So
year.
everybody for 1 year.
We
1 year, yo.
can't
Whoever,
sign
just can you
everybody
come
for
for
1
1
year
year, man?
because we
It's
got we
gonna
gotta
be a
try to
bunch of
see.
1 year contracts on
Yeah,
the team.
yeah, whatever. Just
Nah, it ain't gonna be no
you
1 year
give them the money.
contract.
That's
They
why I
gave
like
Ben.
dealing contracts with the Lakers. So you send Claxton to the what's his name to the Lakers for Rui Hachimura and what's
Don't
his
want to
name
send
just
nobody
salary
to
You're not.
dump
You're getting rid of
and what's his
Hachimura.
name
You're not getting rid of
Gabe
Hachimura.
Vincent and
I'm
you
saying
and you
every
already
time they
flexing.
play, we
First of
pay
all,
You're not
Bum
getting rid of
Simmons
Hachimura.
40
I'm
million for
not
no
helping
reason.
out
You
LeBron.
already
I'm
know.
not sending nobody to the Lakers.
Claxton gonna help. Claxton might help.
Claxton and the Lakers is
I
already
just
almost a
wanna
done
I
deal.
just wanna bet on my draft odds. Once you trade somebody to the Lakers, apparently you got a better
No,
draft
once you
odds.
trade
So
a
let me
star to
get
the
in top
Lakers,
three.
not a role player.
Wait, you said they not trading Hachimura?
They're not trading Hachimura. He's on a team-friendly expiring contract, and he's one of the most important players on their team in terms of role players. They have
For Nick Claxton,
they have
The
roughly
guy
$40
who
million
played
worth
better
of
than LeBron and
expiring
Austin
contracts
Reeves in the
potentially.
playoffs, we're gonna trade
Between
him.
Austin Reeves, Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, and fucking
I'll
Dalton
take
Knecht,
that
they have
too.
packages
Man,
to
give
get
me
rid of
that
people.
all that trash that you got. Give me that scraps. I'll
Austin
take that.
Reeves might get traded for a big, depending on who it is.
But that's what I'm saying. They're Nick Claxton in the Lakers makes the most sense. It's going to more than likely happen if I was to bet on it.
Might as well trade Reeves. You can't have two niggas in the backcourt that can't play defense.
Can we get
Oh, that's
can
why
we get
Reeves is
rid
the
of them
most
on a draft night?
expendable.
All these guys. Can we just get? I hope, man. Oh my God, I hate you, man. I hate you. Just get rid of Cam Johnson and Nicholas, all of them, man.
I mean, we got the cap space to take on bad contracts, so I mean, it is what it is.
That's the biggest problem is Cam Johnson and Nicholas. That's the biggest problem we got right now. Somehow we got to get rid of him, man. Somehow.
I don't see how Cam Johnson is a bad contract. We asking for 2 draft picks. I'm looking for to move up in the draft using Cam Johnson. Like if I can do it with the OKC, like Dylan said, but I'm looking more with it with like Houston or like Houston is not even looking to trade with us. We will be a filler or San Antonio like 14th pick. They will be looking to like those teams in the conversation to get KD and Giannis. Do you understand that?
No,
and we got cap space.
No,
We're the only team that got space and draft picks and salaries.
No,
you're not even talking about it.
No, reason,
No,
the
we've
reason why
talked
I'm
about
saying
it.
to get rid of these guys because Nets
Wait,
got to
Kimmy
try
here
to
was
find
two.
unknown potential. You guys know these guys already. You know what I'm saying, Leaf? If Leaf is there, we know what Nicholas is gonna give the team. You know what Cam Johnson gonna give. You know what I
Claxton
mean?
has
There's
no
no
more
more
upside.
ceiling. We got to get the unknown, Dylan. You know, we got to try to find the unknown. You know, maybe there's more. Maybe the guy is gonna do more one day. But this is it. This is it for Cam Johnson.
So I know when y'all got to that point.
Anybody understand? Y'all feel me? Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
y'all
I
feel
feel
me, right? Y'all
people.
trying to get rid of these people. Yeah, we gotta try to get rid of these people because
2 hours. Yeah, I'm out.
because the full potential is done. Full potential is that's it. It's cooked.
A lot of
You know what I mean?
players'
When you
full
cook
potential
when you
ain't
cook the
at
lamb, that's
24.
it.
Yo,
a lot of people's full potential wasn't met.
Into that time, boy.
Let Breeze finish off.
Yo, I see, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all still, you know what I mean? Look like y'all ready. I mean, I'll do a part 2 if y'all want, but
I was gonna say I'm gonna head out, so replace my seat. But I appreciate you guys for having me on. Good talks.
Shout out to
Dylan, hold on real quick, Breezy. Dylan, before you go, tanking don't work.
All right, hold on.
You,
Shout out to Dylan, shout out to Big Priest, shout out to Bra, shout out to
all the teams above us got better picks.
Shout out to LM, shout out to SL, shout out to Iceman,
shout out to you, Breezy.
Appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the super chat earlier. Appreciate people's appreciate this the chat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be back with more content really soon. Peace out.
Later.